You thought I wasn't gonna know that you came to the Usher show? What is that ready? You ready? Congratulations! Yes, you will.
I'm in the same hoodie for the last 3 days because the 3 days have been madness up until now. And today we're talking to you about Keke Palmer again. Yes, I told you I was going to be back today again for another warfare. And let me tell you something. I gave a different perspective yesterday. I'm going to give you another perspective today. Yesterday, I defended Keke Palmer the day before because I said the way that the man handled it was out of order. But funny enough, today something interesting happened. Okay, I was with somebody, a friend of mine, a woman, and I reenacted the scenario between Usher and Kiki. And as I reenacted the situation, I realized if that was my girl, then there goes my baby, I would have been mad. No. I would have been mad. So today I'm going to have a conversation more around her actual behavior. Because I feel like if I'm a man and I see that and that's my girl, I don't care if you're my girlfriend or whether you're my wife, that's a non-go, non-starter. And I feel like the reason why this actually happened is because Kiki don't respect her man. Can I say it again for the people at the back? The reason why this happened is because Kiki, I dropped my earphone, does not respect her man. Yeah, I said it. Kiki does not respect that man. Let me tell you why. You know, when I was younger, I remember I used to say some certain thing. I remember I said to one girl, "You wouldn't do this to me if I was a bad guy." She's like, "No, that's not true." Da, 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 da. But I said, wait. But you're not doing that to the other guys. You're doing it to me. Right? No. You are not doing it to someone else, but you're doing it to me. Do you know why you're doing it to me? You're doing it to me because you don't respect me. You don't fear the repercussions. Now, someone might say, no, Kiki was just having a great time and she's out of her girls. Hey, I'm hearing you. Okay. All right. I'm very much hearing that she was out of her girls. Okay. Very much hearing you. She was out of her girls. Okay. But if you're my girl, that can't run. Yeah. I'm running on the premise that they actually are together. If they're not, I don't really think he has much to say. Can I be honest with you? I don't care if they're not together. I don't care if that's your baby mother. You don't have anything. You can't say nothing. So I'm running on the premise that these two are together. If they're not, he has no premise and no leg to stand on. Now, I don't want to hear the arguments about I think they were broken up. It's irrelevant because that's not an argument we're trying to make right now. None of us can prove that. None of us can prove that. So we're not going to have that argument. We're going to run on the premise, okay? We're going to run on the premise that they were together, okay? All right? We're going to run on the premise that they were together, okay? I'm not going to shift the goalposts and make it acceptable. Let's run on the premise that they are together, okay? All right? Now, the reason why someone does that is because they don't have a healthy respect of you, right? The reason why somebody would go dance on Usher the same way, and I already told you I didn't like the twirl anyway. I never liked the twirl in the first place. You already knew I don't like the twirl. Now the dress thing, I can compromise on the dress thing. I'm not really too fussed about the dress thing. If I'm honest with you, personally, I don't give a hoots about the dress. Personally, I don't care. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I don't care. Right? I'm not really that mad about it, but I can understand why someone may feel some type of way about their woman wearing that type of dress. But for me, I don't give a hoots about the dress, so I'm not about to come on the internet and make it about the dress. What I am going to talk about though is that it was hella disrespectful for Kiki, okay, to do the dance and the intertwine and the touch. And by the way, Usher is not to blame because, and let me tell you something as well. Usher knows who he can try. Usher knows who he can try because he tests what he tests and see what woman is available that is wanting to do this particular behavior. Right? I'm gonna show you the evidence, you know. But let me be very real with you. It was Kiki's fault because she decided to invite him into her personal space. Let's just watch the video one more time. You can see it again. Just watch what happens here. Okay, she's filming. It's all good. Baby, yes, no, to me, no, I'm not mad at this point. At this point, I'm not mad. Can I be honest with you? At that point, I'm not mad. Okay. At that point, I'm not mad. At that point, I'm not really pressed about it. I can't lie to you. Okay. All right. At that point, I'm not pressed at that issue. See, at that point, doing all of this, I get it. It's Usher. I would do the same thing. If I start seeing Rihanna, I'm gonna be like, whoa, Rihanna looking good. If Rihanna start coming to me, I'm gonna be like, listen, hey, keep it cool, man. Keep it cool, man. Keep it cool, man. Okay. Now, if Rihanna goes for the wine, would I be out of pocket? No, no. If Rihanna comes over and starts whining her back on me, and I start whining it, would I be wrong for doing that? I mean, I only live once. Surely I should be allowed to whine Rihanna just a one time because she's performing, and I don't want to disrespect Rihanna, and and push off the wine if she decides she want to wine upon my skin. Should I say no? I shouldn't say no to Rihanna wine upon me. You understand? Like, you know what I mean? Pon the replay on the DJ. You could do your thing, baby. You know what I mean? Like, but I would decline simply because I wouldn't want to disrespect my partner. It's cool that Rihanna want to give the wine, but I don't want to get that trouble. Okay, all right. Now let's have a look at further wrong. Okay, all right. So let's have a look. There goes my baby. Boom. We're here now. Now, he didn't initiate nothing. Let me tell you something. He did not initiate anything. He didn't initiate anything. Okay? So Usher can't be blamed here. Usher was simply moving according to Kiki's timeline and Kiki's and energy, right? And the person in the relationship who is a person who is at fault. The other person outside is an external force. They can't do what you would allow them to do. Okay. All right. So when she leans in, okay, when she leans in, this is the issue here, right? This is the issue here. Okay. All right. Boom. There goes my baby. Ooh. Hey, here. Hey. Where's the daylight? Where's the day? Oh, where's the daylight, baby? Where's the daylight? There's no Bible space between the two of you. Oh, whoa. Can you part the seas like Moses? Whoa. There's too much touching here. Ah, ha. You don't need to lay hands. You know what I mean? Like da. I need you to back up from me. I need you to back up from him. Space up. Okay. All right. Jesus. You know what I mean? I need you to back up. There's no Bible space there, no light in that space. Okay. Then we get to here. There goes my baby. I can't even see the rest. You know what I mean? I'll get the rest. I'll get the rest in a second. But um, you know, and I'll show you. So I'm bringing, and the reason why I'm saying again, I'm giving this from the male perspective. Ladies, I want to tell you this now. If you have a different perspective that you would be okay with your man doing it, I'm not going to challenge you. What I'm going to tell you is men and women are different and we see things differently. How you feel may not be how we feel because as men, we are territorial in the way that we behave. Some might say we like to protect and to cover, and we do not like this kind of embarrassment on our lives. Okay. All right. We do not like this kind of embarrassment. So for us, it's not going to be the same for you. You might see it differently. If you do, cool. I'm not even going to challenge you and say, think of it like us. No, I realize that men and women see things differently when it comes to expressing our boundaries. But I want to let you know that's going to be a boundary breaker. I want to let you know that's going to be a boundary breaker. Okay. All right. That's going to be we're going to see it differently to how you saw it. And That's okay. I understand that. I'm not gonna fight you on that. I just want to bring a perspective of why your man might feel some type of way, if this ever happens in real life, right? Okay. So I'm gonna bring the other clip. Cause you my girl, there goes my baby. Mm, mm, mm. I'll turn the sound down. Okay, so she's excited here, excited here, excited here. She reaches in for the hug. Okay, first and foremost, I need Usher. Usher, if that's your friend, I need your hand not to go around her waist. Okay, all right. If that's your friend, Usher, I need your hand up, 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 up. Hey, 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 Usher, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Your hand is too low. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. If that's your friend, raise your hand. Raise it above. Make it on the shoulder. Don't make it on the waist. I want your hand on the shoulder, not on the waist. Okay? All right? I need your hand on the shoulder, not on the waist. Okay? Your hand is way. Okay? All right? So here we go. Here. Hey. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're doing too much. We're doing way too much. If you saw your partner greet somebody else like that, a colleague, a friend, whatever, wouldn't you be like, whoa, whoa, what's going on here? Why are you holding on so much? Why are you wrapping your arms like that, baby? Whoa, calm down. Calm down. Stop there right there, baby. Calm down. Okay? All right, calm down. Like that's too much. Okay? All right, cool. All right. He was not around the waist. What's this? Where's his hand? Where's his towel? He was not around the waist. Where was his hand? Whoa, whoa, whoa there, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. You know you're around the waist, buddy. There goes my baby. Where's his hand? I don't. Where's his hand? Where's his hand? Because I don't see it around her back. It's around her waist. You know I got you. You know that I want you for another night. You know what I'm saying? Like you out here singing them songs like that and putting your arm around my waist. I'm gonna feel some type of way, baby. Okay, it's on the nape of her back. That's the problem. It's not just on her back. It's on the nape of her back. Okay, it's on the nape of her back. Okay, so there goes my baby, my hand up all over you. You know that you want me to take you from your man. There goes your baby, cause ninja, I'm stealing your girl. You know you're not getting her back anymore. Like, come on. It's on the nape of the back. Come on the nape of the back. It's not on the. Let's stop this waist stuff. It's on the nape of her back. I need you to stop pretending y'all can't see what I'm talking about. You know what the nape is. Okay, let me tell you. The nape. The nape is here. The nape is here, guys. Okay, this is the nape. Don't look at my ass. Okay, but this is the nape. When your hand is here, yeah, at that point, there goes my baby. This is too much. This is too much. This is too much. Your hand is on the nape of the back. There goes my baby. You know you. That stop. You know what I mean? Stop. Yeah, it's too much. Yeah, you're acting like it's a nineties concert or a nineties prom date. You don't need to be doing that. Stop. Okay? Yeah, leave my girl alone. Okay? All right, leave my girl alone. Okay? He's still there. He's still there. He's still there. He's still there. Now they're not doing nothing grinding with their hip. It's a little bit of just a bit of outside leg and a bit of inside of her thigh a little bit. She's rejoicing a little bit. You know, it's a bit much. It's too excitable for me. I can't lie to you. You know, she sings a little note or two. You know what I mean? Sings a little note. Everybody gets gas because she can sing. I can't lie to you. She looks fabulous. Okay, yeah. And now, hey, why is your hand here? Why are you dancing? Hey, why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? Please tell me why. Why are we doing that? Why are we doing hey? Why are we doing that, please? Oh, hey, I almost fell off my chair. Why are we doing that, please? Tell me why are we doing that, please? Tell me why must I live my life? Why is your hand? Oh, why are you doing all of this? Why? No. You said it's your friend. So why are we doing this? Why are we doing all of that? Why are we doing all of this? Okay, why are we doing all of that? Okay, let's not pretend. There goes my baby. Ooh, ooh. You know, what does that mean? Okay, what does that mean? You know exactly what that means. Okay, all right, you know what it is. Yeah. And then boom, that is a problem. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. That right there is a problem. And I'm not just talking about the badonkadonk. I'm talking about the fact that you turned around to show the badonkadonk. So you are showing your badonkadonk to this person. So let's just say that that is a problem for me. Okay. All right. That is a problem for me. And I'm just going to say this. My name is Coach. So if you do have this problem in your relationship where someone is silent to show their badonkadonk, to Usher, come find me. I will coach you through how to handle this situation with that guilty party as well. So if you do need some coaching, hit me up on littleblackbook91@gmail.com. We don't want to see you lose your girl to Usher. It shouldn't be the case. It's not fair and it's not nice. So if you do have any problems out there, for those of you who are suffering through the Usherite system or the Ushergate system, I want to let you know that, listen, you don't have to suffer like this anymore. Do contact me at littleblackbook91@gmail.com. I will help you navigate the stresses and the PTSD you may have suffered through watching your girl get taken by There Goes My Baby. Now, there is a price, it's not free, but do contact me. I'm here to help. Now, here's a real situation. Okay, here is a real situation. Okay, here's a real situation. Okay, I've already held him to account. See, this is the issue. I've already held him to account about what he said on the net. So we're not going to argue about what he said on the net because I've already said he's wrong. I done 2 days of explaining that he's wrong on the net. So we don't have to go and argue about that. Right? What we're not going to do is substitute and be like, well, actually, he's wrong because he did. We've already, for the last 2 days, I've held him accountable. For the last 2 days, I've held him accountable for 6 hours in total. We don't need to do it anymore. What we're discussing today is Kiki and her behavior solely. Forget what he did on the net. I'm irrelevant to the net. I'm talking about what she did and how it was disrespectful. Because when she decides to spin now, you are now showcasing yourself to the person. There goes my baby. You know you want me. I'm gonna twirl for you and give you another dance. There goes my baby. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. Let's not. Okay, let's not. Okay, all right. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna have that. Okay. So at this point, it is disrespectful to do this on a major level, and it actually shows you have no respect for the man that you have. None at all. Like if this was in the club, people will be getting, you know what happens, bottles gonna start flying. Like you just can't do that. You know what I mean? And so I want to pick up some of these comments because I checked the man them too as well, and some of the things you said, right? Okay. All right. Someone said, so now women can't enjoy concerts. Now, you gaslighting because that's never what I said. I did not say she can't enjoy her concert. And you downright know, Beauty Plug, I never said that. So let's put that in the corner. That's exactly what I'm not saying. What I would love for you to do is quote what I actually am saying, which is not that you can't enjoy yourself at a concert. I already said the dress wasn't even an issue for me. The dress on its own wasn't if she was sitting there dancing or whatever by herself enjoying Usher's music, I wouldn't care about this video. It is the fact that Usher comes over and she initiates contact. That is what I have an issue with. And I believe it's disrespectful to her man and disrespectful to the relationship that they have. That for me is the problem. Okay? That for me is the problem. Okay? All right? Is the problem. Yeah? So, for me, it's a problem. Okay, right? I'm not talking about the dress. The dress isn't an issue for me. So we're not gonna be swayed by that conversation, guys. The dress is an issue for me personally. That's another website or another YouTuber you want to discuss it with them. I'm not talking about the dress. I'm talking about the fact your behavior with Usher. That's what we're talking about. What we're not gonna do is get away from that particular behavior. What we're not gonna do is distract ourselves by talking about it's that dress. I've not mentioned the dress. It is what she's doing. It is what she's doing. Okay. It is what she's doing. Okay. All right. It's what she's doing. And you downright know I'm not gaslighting the situation, Haitian Impress. You downright know I'm not. So let's not. Okay. So, at this point in conjuncture, um, this aspect, when we get to uh, here, boom, boom. And then we twirl too. Period. No, 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 no. You know what? I got it. I hear you, baby Kiki. Okay, yeah. Period. Yeah, I need you not to do that for Usher. No, no, not for Usher. And I wanna put you on some game as well for men. For men, I don't care what women go through. That's your business. For men, from our perspective, if another man can make your girl do that, yeah, it's the highest form of disrespect. But you can't check that man because he's not in your relationship. Your girl is your girl. Okay? All right? Your girl is your girl. I am not Usher's mate. He's not my boy. He's not my mate. So there is literally no thing I can say. The woman that's in your relationship is the person who you must address, or the man in your relationship. Okay? All right? Is a person you must address. Right? So in this particular instance, yes, she has been disrespectful. Okay? And I love the comments coming through. I love this as well. Men do worse at a strip club. Well then, baby, you need to hold better boundaries. You need to hold better boundaries. That's got nothing to do with me. That's not my fault. If men do worse at a strip club, why are you allowing your man to do that at a strip club? No, ask yourself, why are you comfortable letting your man go to a strip club? I don't even like strip clubs, even as a single person. So as for me, you won't find me there. But why would you be comfortable allowing your man to go to a strip club? Why are you comfortable with your man tapping asses while they spin on a pole? That's up to you. That's got nothing to do with me. You don't hold good boundaries. That's not me to do me. As for me, I'm gonna tell you straight. You ain't doing that. I don't care if it's Usher. I don't care if it's Prince. I don't know if it's Boy George. I don't care who it is for you. But just the spin around, the holding, it's too much. Okay? It's too much. For men, this is one of the highest disrespects for us as men. Okay? For men, this is one of the highest disrespects for men because the woman that you have in your life, you're supposed to cover, protect, and provide for. Now, I don't care about any other argument we're going to have about certain men don't provide for you. That's your life, and I don't care. I'm talking about the fact that as an argument, we are supposed to protect, provide, and be a priest over our home. We're supposed to protect our woman. So when another king, quote unquote, when I say king, doesn't mean actually he is a king, but I want to give it as an analogy. When another king comes in and is able to have access to your queen, it's a disrespect to you. It's a disrespect to you, right? But the thing is, it's not like he stole her. It's not like he grabbed her from your kingdom. No, no, he was granted access by the person who's within your kingdom, which is your woman. So at that point, the queen that you have, she has to assert boundaries. She has to assert the boundary and say, hey, this isn't for me. Look, I hear you. This isn't for me. Like I said, if you want to argue about a dress, that's nothing to do with me. But specifically about the behavior, yeah, she could have been like, hey, you know what? Oh my God, it's Usher. Come on, leave it. Video camera, blah, blah, blah. Kept it cute. She did not have to wrap her arms around Usher, do a little dance, and I mean, I don't want to go as far as saying she was twerking on him or grinding on him. I don't think that's a bit too far. Having a little dance and then do a little twirl to show him what she's working with. You don't need to do that. 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 Now, Janine, thank you very much for bringing this point across. You lie. You don't know my mind. You have no clue what I think. You have no idea. That is not the truth. If her bum was flat or not makes no difference. Okay? It's the fact that she wanted to showcase her ass to the man. Got nothing to do with how big and fat and juicy her ass is. That sounds really bad when I describe it that way, but you know what I mean, yeah. It's got no difference. It's got nothing to do with the size of her rear end. It is all to do with respect. Listen to what I'm saying to you. I'm not talking about these little things. It is about, as men, what we feel in these moments. Okay, all right. And for us, when you do that, you are disrespecting the relation. And I say this now: she would only do this to a certain type of male. She would only do that to a certain type of male. Now, this is going to go back to the conversation we had with Steve Harvey and her, right? I'll find that clip for you in a second or two, right? The Steve Harvey one. But it's going to go back to that particular clip because now I realize the reason why she's with this guy, right? Now I realize why she's with this guy. It's about power. Now, I never saw Kiki that way until I started rewatching the clips and I realized, hold on a minute. The reason why she didn't want to be in relationship with these certain type of males who made a lot of money was that she felt like she had no control and no power and she was being disrespected. But the reason why she's with a man like this is because she's dominating him and she can do what she want to do. Oh, Kiki. Kiki, do you love me? Come on, Kiki. Oh, Kiki, do you love me? Okay, all right. Do you love me? Kiki, do you love me? Let's go to there. Okay, all right. Let me just be real.
Dating is good.
Okay, let me my earplug in.
Uncle Steve is always trying to get me with the billionaire. I'm like, Uncle Steve, I don't need the billionaires. I just need some simple stuff. You know, I don't like to mix my industry business with my personal life. I'm just laying low in private, love.
Let me go further.
That's what I keep trying to get you to do. You can't quit bringing these.
Uncle Steve love billionaires. I'm gonna just tell y'all, he do. Anytime I see Uncle Steve out, he's like, "Now I got this guy. He's got a net worth of 300 zillion, and y'all can really create generations of generations.
You need
of
something
zillionaires.
with somebody with something. Quit trying to give a boy your lifestyle, and he ain't earned it.
Oh my gosh, but you know what? Everybody don't start off as billionaires. I'm not a billionaire yet.
Everybody don't start off a billionaire, but you got to have a boy that's got a plan to at least be one. I'm not saying you got to be a billionaire, because hell, I ain't a billionaire.
And I've dated some real horrible billionaires, honey. They're not good all the time. Sometimes they're crazy, Steve, and that's why I stopped taking your advice.
Can't lie to you. She makes me laugh. I cannot lie to you. Like, honestly, she makes me laugh, and I'm not gonna lie to you. She is too funny, and I wouldn't lie about it. She's a too funny person. Can't play with you.
I told you to.
I'm Steve, the billionaires.
Because you
are
don't.
Terrible.
Because you don't listen to who I tell you.
The billionaires be having 4 and 5 and 6 other wives.
Well, you the one over there and got them. I ain't never bought you nobody like that. You gonna sit your crazy ass up here and say that?
See, he knows I'm right. He knows I'm
you
right.
You just a lie. You're not finna sit up here.
Them billionaires. Don't believe what you hear.
Mama, you're not finna sit up here and act like I done turned you on to some bad dude. You do not listen to me.
I do.
No,
you told me about these billionaires. I said,
no, I told you, but I didn't tell you to go get him. The hell you go get him
for? He was
for?
a billionaire. He had a plan. He was just lying about it all.
But I didn't tell you to get him.
Oh wait, hold on. So listen, I get it. Look, and sometimes what happens is, Steve was really pissed. He was actually really pissed about it. But I think what really happens is, that what people don't realize is when you don't have when you've been dating, right? And let's say you've been dating guys and they keep coming with the same result. Sometimes what people can do is go to the complete opposite of the spectrum. complete opposite of the spectrum, where they choose someone where they have control. So if they felt like they had no control on this end, they can go, and I'm not saying it's absolutely 100%, but a lot of people can go to the opposite end and go to where they have control, right? And money is a part of that control in the relationship. Now, she didn't find somebody who's on the equal footing, because they're not on equal footing. If his total sum of income, or sorry, total net worth is only 500,000 and hers is 7.5 million, they're not even equals. So so her going for someone who's equal, that's out the window. They're not equals. And I say this because how much money plays a role in power when it comes to relationships. Okay, how much power money comes to relationships. I'm not saying that's 100%, but what we're talking about is that money definitely gives you power in relationships. And if you disagree, you lie, because you know it does. You know money plays a role, right? But now if there's a gap between 7.5 million and 500,000 as a net worth, we got a big issue. Okay, we got a huge big issue, right? So in this particular instance, right, she's potentially going to have more of the control in the relationship because her financial worth will put her in that particular position. Now, that's not always the case. That's not always the case. I'm just giving it a perspective, right? Just giving a perspective. Same way I give a perspective on our brother yesterday and the day before for the last 2 days. Okay. All right. So I think, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that she doesn't love Darius. I'm not saying she doesn't care about Darius. What I'm saying is I think there's a power dynamic in the relationship, and she's at the top of the power dynamic. Right? She's at the top of the dynamic. If we talk about them two together in power dynamic, she likely tops the power dynamic. Therefore, she gets to control how the relationship rolls. And here's the reality of the situation. I said this before, and I'll say it again. Okay? 2 things happen when a woman earns considerably more than you. Listen to me very carefully. This is from my mandem. The ladies will not agree. Not all women will agree, and I understand that. Maybe they haven't seen some stuff. I've seen some stuff, right? So I can understand this. 2 things happen when a woman earns considerably more than the man in relationship, right? Not in all cases. There are exceptions to the rule. There are people that are going to be exceptions to the rule. Here's the thing. The man gets insecure about his position as a quote unquote leader within the relationship. The woman feels like she now becomes the boss, and disrespect freely flows to the other person. I'm not saying it's always the case. I'm saying there are 2 things that happen: his insecurity, her disrespect, right? Okay. Now, of course, there are exceptions to the rule, and if you're an exception, fantastic. But not all of you are exceptions. Okay. Now, here's how I know this. Right? We had a live just the other, and I said this the other day. We had a live some weeks back, and a beautiful lady came on and talked about how her man wasn't yet where he needed to be financially, and when she walked through the door and she saw him on the sofa, within her heart, she was cussing. Why? Because women don't necessarily want to be in a position of breadwinner. Right? That's just what it is. Women tend to be hypergamous, and that's okay. We're not mad at that. Women tend to want to date up. I'm not mad at that. And that's why I said that the men should not be mad when the women say, we are making more than you, that means I can't date you down. You can't have it both ways. Right? You cannot have it both ways. You cannot be saying women should date down and then be at the same time saying, well, at the same time when they do, they disrespect. You know that is the rules of the game. When women date down, they are going to be disrespected because they're hypergamous. It is what it is. You know that's what it is. So you can't complain about the game and be frustrated about it and choosing someone when they are going to fit the narrative of whenever they date quote unquote down, you're going to receive the butt of it, right? So I don't want to have that argument with man them. The men, I don't want to have that argument with you. You should know, right? if there's a huge gap financially, yes, there's going to be a chance of there being some level of disrespect. Okay? It's just that simple. Okay? It's just that simple. Now, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. She's a net worth of 7.5 million, which doesn't have to be necessarily accurate. And him 500,000. That is huge. Okay, that is huge. So I looked at the scenario a little bit more differently, because you can't tell me how I'm going to dress and how I'm going to walk out this house. Right? You can't tell me how I'm going to dress and how I'm going to walk out this house. You can't tell me nothing. Right? How you going to tell me? You don't earn enough to tell me what I wear and what I do. Okay? You don't earn enough to be able to tell me that. Right? Let me I think I've got another clip. I think there's another clip. Ooh. Okay, let me show you another clip. I've got the clips. I've got the clips. Listen, I'm gonna show you. Listen, look, I'm gonna show you some stuff, guys. I'm gonna show you some stuff, but I'll get it there. I don't want to rush it just yet. I don't want to rush it just yet. Okay, all right. I don't want to rush it just yet. Again, remember, I'm not vexed at the dress. The dress, that's for her. She wants to wear the dress. Let her wear the dress. I ain't got a problem with the dress. Do what you want to do. Okay, all right. Do what you want to go. What you want to do. All right. Now, personally, wouldn't be for me, but do what you want to do. Okay. All right. Yeah. But now I want to play another video quickly. Actually, not acting like this. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So, the next, I want to bring this point, right? That I feel like many women do understand this point, because the very first thing they said when they saw that he decided to step out was to disrespect him because he didn't make enough money. Right? The tweets I was seeing, I mean, I think this guy's gay, but anyway, doesn't matter, right? Here's one of the tweets. And this was obviously a direct response to him saying he's a man of the family or whatever. He said, "How are you the man of the family and your wife's bank account is 12 times the amount of yours? Sit down and feed Keke Palmer her grapes. Know your place and don't ever speak on her again." Has over how many likes and how many quote tweets? Let's see some of the quote tweets. All right. But the man then were not impressed. Okay. The man that were not impressed when they saw these tweets. So that's one of the tweets. Okay. I'll give you another tweet. Hopefully, I hope I got them in order, because apparently he's this unemployed light-skinned doo-doo chaser who made Kiki a baby mother who doesn't have any degrees, property, masculinity, not even a rush card, has a girl audacity to bossacity, what to wear. Again, I mean, I think the person's gay. Let's see. I think did I have any more saved? I wish I had the more of them saved. Okay, yes, I think that was another one. Lots of takes from women on Keke Palmer's issue is so dishonest and disappointing. She's a breadwinner. He had kept her. He shouldn't have an opinion. She owes him nothing. I hope y'all realize you're unconsciously endorsing abuse you're saying, because that's what some of the things were being said. That were being said in the tweets. It was a bit of a madness. Oh, my internet crashed. Sorry, the Lord said, you're going to have your Twitter crash. Let me go back. He'll go back in a second. There was a lot of stuff. There was a lot of stuff that was going like that, right? A lot of stuff was talking about the fact that he broke, he don't have no money, he doesn't earn enough to actually have an opinion to say anything. Why? Because women inadvertently are at those women. Let me be very, very clear. These are not all women, but those women were actually reinforcing the idea that when you make money, the other party must what? Keep quiet. The other party what? Doesn't get a say. The other party can't open their mouth. The other party can't speak on those things because they don't make enough money. Like I said, it's not all women. Some. So the idea of him being able to have power is what I just said. Why I said about that, some women will end up abusing the power they have, because just like I said, the man will be insecure about his perspective, about him not being able to make enough money. She will be disrespectful. Those are reasons why it makes it very difficult for a man who makes less than a woman without no real plan and drive to want to actually be in a relationship with a woman who makes more than him. And not only that, the woman expects you to be at a certain place at her time, not yours. She's going to find it very hard to understand why you're not at the place she's at, because she's already done it. Because that's the expectation of a man. Right? That was the expectation of a man. Right? So the expectation of the man is that you're supposed to provide. So literally the same, the moment a man is not providing, what's going to happen is a disrespect, because, and it's not all women that will do this, the disrespect's going to happen, okay, because she expects you to be at a certain place and you're not. Right? So both of them are a problem, because you've chosen a woman who earns far more than you, and you've chosen a man that earns far less than you. He's insecure and you're going to be disrespectful. Sorry to say. It just be like that. Now, let's make this point very, very clear. First of all, Usher knows what he's doing, and Kiki knows what he's doing. Right? Disrespect is invited, though, by the party who was in the relationship. Yeah? So let me show you some clips. Okay? Let me show you some clips. Let me show you the clips. Let me show you the clips. Let me show you the clips, guys. Okay? Let me show you the clips. All right? Let me show you the clips. All right? Okay, let's go to our very first one. Okay, let's go to Saweetie. Saweetie. Before I go to Saweetie, let's go to looking for my number one. I had to let the sound go down because it's everybody's guys get me for the copyright stuff. Issa looks mesmerized. Her skin is looking fantastic. Her hair looking cute. Skin looking good. Oh, Issa Rae. Skin looking good. Face looking good. Body looking good. You understand? Yeah? Okay. Okay. So we're going to sit on the stage, right? We ain't doing none of what Kiki was doing. She ain't flash no ass, did she? Okay? Didn't flash no ass, did she? All right? Didn't give them no sweet stuff, did she? This is the best one. Sweetie said, "You ain't gonna catch me up." I got me again. Sweetie said, "You don't know my man? Baby, listen, you can serenade me all day, but you know my man?" She gave him no room. Her body language didn't allow for him to come and touch. Her body language was not allowing. Look what he was doing. Look what he's doing. He's doing all of that. Listen, you bet he's waiting for the signal. He ain't get the signal. Yeah. I mean, Saweetie's wearing her chest open, but you know, hey, that's a story for another day. Again. Mm? Hold on now. Let me get another clip for y'all. Okay, let me get another clip for y'all. I'm gonna show you another clip. Okay, all right. Let me give you another clip. Someone said YG's her man. What does that mean, guys? What does YG mean? Someone tell me what YG. What does that mean? She's dating YG. What's YG? What's YG? YG is gang gang. What do you mean by that? What does that mean? He's a rapper. So what does that mean? If he's a rapper, what does that mean, guys? A gangster rapper. So what does that mean? I don't get it. Because you said YG's her man, but I don't get it. YG will shoot the club up. He will shoot it. Isn't what you think he reps Bloods? Okay. Oh, he reps Blood. Okay. Gang member. Violence. Nah, okay. Usher don't want no smoke. Okay, because he's from the streets. Which means she's scared. Okay. Samuel, you're a smart man. Thank you very much for proving my point. The very thing I started off this whole live with, I said was what? The first thing I mentioned, the first thing I didn't say it, you said it. You said it. Ladies, you told me I haven't said it. You said YG is a what? He's a rapper and he bangs. So what's Usher gonna do? What is Saweetie gonna do? Okay, thank you very much. I rest my case. Yeah, thank you very much, Judge. Thank you. I'll take my books and my bags. Thank you very much. Appreciate my phone. I'll take my phones here. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Let me take my headphones as well while I'm here, guys. And let me just take my mug as well, because clearly y'all know exactly what I meant when I said what I said, and I said what in the beginning. Okay? Thank you very much. You've proven my point. This is exactly what I meant. You know exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I meant. You got it. 53 minutes. Beautiful. We wound you in. We took our time and we brought you in. 53 minutes. You've proven my point. The exact reason what I'm talking about. When we talk about why I said that as men, why it's disrespectful, is that immediately some of you knew you would never do that if you had your man with YG. Because you know he gonna pop off. There's no conversation about, oh, YG is a simp. YG is it's not about his money. None of that. All you guys were saying, listen, hey, YG, well, nobody wants to mess with YG. Why does nobody talk about the fact that YG, if he's going to shoot up the club, that's dangerous? But everybody realizes straight away that he would elicit some certain boundaries. Forget about having a conversation beforehand. You don't need one. If he decides to shoot up the club, everybody knows what it is. Right? Everybody knows what it is. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to I said about respect, right? The danger of something happening consequentially, that is what oftentimes puts a respect. And I said, because it's YG, you ain't gonna do that. You ain't, right? But because it's her man who isn't YG, she gonna do that. That's why I said in the very beginning, when I said to a girl, I said, why would you do it to me, but not do it to that bad man? The reason why you want to do it to the bad man is because you respect the bad man. Right? Right? That's what I'm trying to say to you. So you've proven my point about why I'm saying about the disrespect and why people choose to disrespect. It's that simple. It's that simple. You can say it's for protect and provide, baby, but I didn't say it. You told me YG's a rapper. I knew who he was. I knew who YG was. I did my research and I intentionally brought the clip at this point in time. I knew exactly who it was. I knew exactly who it was. No beef. I knew exactly who it was. It was not about the provision. And I knew you weren't going to talk about provision. The first thing people were saying was, he's a rapper. And I was asking, what does that mean? He's a gangster rapper. What does that mean? Okay? So that's why I said it's disrespectful for Keke to do what she did. Okay? That's why I said it's disrespectful to do what she did. Okay? All right? She shouldn't have done that. All right? There's aspects of her behavior. Let me show you something, though. Okay, let me show you something. Look what Usher does here. This is really interesting, though. Usher goes to, this is Joe Budden. Look what happens here. Let's pause it first and foremost. First and foremost, what does he do here? Usher does something very, see, I told you as men, we are very, very interesting, but very, very simple. The first thing he does is he goes to shake Joe Budden's hand. Now, look what's about to happen next. Because what he's asking is to say, is it cool if I do what I'm about to do? But watch what happens after. Did you see that? Look, did you see? Did you see the hand signal? Did you see the hand signal? The brother said, is it cool to do what I gotta do? See, as men, we can't just do whatever we want to do. You can't. It will end in bloodshed. You can't just go out and then do that. It will end in bloodshed. So you have to be like, bro, is it cool if I, is it cool if I, yeah? Is it cool if I, do my thing? Okay. Joe Budden actually is going to nod his head. Watch what Joe Budden does. All right. Joe Budden goes, he lifts his hand up to say, Joe Budden goes, yeah, cool. Yeah. Do what you got to do, bro. Right? Boom. He's giving him the pass to say, bro, go ahead. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I know you do what you do, baby. And I ain't mad at it. I'm not afraid of it. You do what you got to do, sir. Okay? All right? You do what you got to do. Did you hear what he did? No. Let me tell you something. Listen. Listen to what he did. Listen to what he did. Listen. He said, I want to take her hand. He said, let me take your hand. Now her back is mad. Did she turn around? Did she turn around? Did she decide to go? Did she give us the turnaround? Did she give the turnaround? Did she give the turnaround? And her behind is bigger than Kiki's. Did she give the turnaround, sir? The back is backing. The back is woo. Her back is woo. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. Yeah? Whether it's, I don't know if it's probably BBL or whatever, but it's mad. Thank you, El Cid. And if you listen very carefully, listen to what he sings. He doesn't sing, there goes my baby. He goes, there goes your baby. He changes the words to, there goes your babe. Because it's an act of respect. While I said to you, man, them, this is how we behave. Okay? As men, we have to respect boundaries of other men. If you as a woman allow that man to come in, you are the issue. Usher made sure to make sure everything was never going to be a problem. What? No one's even scared of Joe Budden. Let's be honest. Joe Budden, no one's even scared of Joe Budden. No one's even scared of Joe Budden like that. Come on, let's be honest. He only beats women, and I'm sorry to say that, but that's the reality of the situation, right? Okay, all right. So, let's okay. Here we go. She keeps it funky, doesn't turn around. Who the hell is this dude? Who the man there? Who the man there? Who this? Who the man in a red dress and a red shirt? He too close. See what he sang there? And he's still looking at him. And he's still looking at him. He says, there goes your baby. He made sure, even still, as he's, there goes your baby. I just want to keep singing. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's kind of, I want to keep singing. You know what I mean? Right? So deep the situation, yeah, that even then, as he's walking away, he's still keeping eye contact to let him know, hey, bro, I'm not gonna beef you. There goes your baby. It's not there goes my baby. So what he was doing was showing ultimate respect, man to man. You have to show respect. Now, the reason why he did that is because there was another man, and this is why men are important, right? For not only girlfriends and wives, but also for family, right? It's also important for family. That this is why I say that men cannot fail in the role of being in the life of their children and in the life of their partners. You have to be present. This is why I said I hold men accountable, because look what Usher did immediately. Look what Usher did immediately. YG's another second one. YG ain't even there, bro. Yeah, YG ain't even there, bro. And he's still regulating. Yeah, and in this situation here, he made sure he said, "Hey, bro, just in case I don't want no podcast conversations later on about Usher tried to serenade my girl, bro." He had a quick, there goes my baby. And then he goes, there goes your baby. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Right? So that's what I'm trying to say to you, that he showed ultimate respect in that moment. And she sat down and sat right back next to her man. Okay? All right? She said she sat right back down, right back next to her man. That's it. Right? So why I'm saying that, and listen, Usher, remember, listen, Usher didn't lean into Kiki. Kiki leaned into him. It's Usher didn't break protocol. She leaned into him. Okay? She leaned into him. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Right? So, I'm just saying, it took me a little bit of a while, but we got here at an hour-long session. We got here. Okay. So unfortunately, Kiki has disrespected the relationship. It does not mean that the brother, what he did is correct. We do not negate what he did because Kiki was also disrespectful. No. I do not negate. That's not how I work. I don't work like that. I don't be like, oh, well, because she did this, he gets it. No. He's still wrong. Right? He's still wrong. And he knew that by coming on the internet, he was disrespectful, not only to himself, but also to his partner. Right? So the reality of the situation is here that, what she did, she disrespected the relationship, but so did he. Yeah? So did he. So I've taken my hour to prove the point. I'm not going to argue with you about whether I'm right or wrong. I'm right. Okay? I'm sorry. Okay? I mean, but all jokes aside, no. It's a real conversation. Maybe I should open up the lines. I got about an hour, guys. Because I want to do a Ready to Love live as well. So I got about an hour. I'm going to send you guys a link. I need to go to the Ludo. So let me... yeah. There goes my baby. Ooh, da da da. Yeah, gonna you my girl. There goes my baby. Ooh, da 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 no. All right, cool. I'm gonna just play a little bit of clip. I'm gonna go to Lou quick. Just guys, give me a second or two. I'm gonna play this. I'll just let this clip play. And I'm just gonna go to the toilet and come back, and you guys will resume the conversation. But the link's in the chat. Hold on. There goes my baby. How about I love you? Wanna do you? You know it's I. Look, you my girl. All right, cool. I see you. I see you, Jeff. I'll bring on a second or two. Just need to put the link into. Let's put a link into pin so that people can see it as well. Listen, Usher, that song was a banger. Shoot, he better call me up so he can serenade me. Okay, all right. He better call me up and let me serenade. In fact, he gonna serenade me and my girl, cause you ain't gonna serenade just, but you gonna serenade me and my girl, bro. Yeah, Usher ain't gonna just serenade himself. He gonna serenade me and the girl. Okay. I see you, boys. Yeah, brothers, go for it. I'm just gonna go to Lou, but yeah, bros, you can go.
Nah, honestly, man, the way Kojo, he's chose violence today.
Do you know what it is? No, let me turn off my fan. Let me turn it off. Do you know what it is? Let's be real with it. A lot of people in the chat knew what Kojo was talking about from the jump. They were just denying. They were just denying.
Come on.
As soon as I heard Kojo say who YG is, I was thinking to myself, you know exactly who YG is. I know what you're doing here. And he proved his point. He proved the point.
Ladies, denial ain't just a river in Egypt. Oh, that was lovely.
Come on, let's be serious. It's not even a thing where it's an argument. Like the whole YG point is a brilliant example because,
yes,
as you said, I know people are trying to put it into fear, but it's, you know, that YG will regulate this situation. You know that YG will not stand for something like that.
Facts.
Because that's disrespect to him. Do you get what I'm saying,
bro? So
what we need to remember is that we've already discussed the Damien part for 2 days now. 2 days. We said Damien was wrong in what he was doing, but
we said that he was a hypocrite. We
exactly
said a hypocrite. The thing is, whether you want to call it like respect, whether you want to call it fear, bottom line is boundaries were crossed. We are talking about social etiquette in relationships, irrespective of whether or not you are a boyfriend or a girlfriend, irrespective if you are married. If you are in a relationship, right, there are social etiquettes. There are boundaries you cannot cross. You can call it fear. I'm not going to do this. You can call it respect. I'm not going to do this. You can call it what you want to call it. But the bottom line is boundaries were crossed. Period of the situation. And you mean to tell me that because I'm hearing, but it's Usher though, but it's Usher though, but it's Usher though. So that means you care more about the celebrity stardom. You care more so about putting another man up on a pedestal before in a relationship. Is that what you're telling me? Because, oh, but it's Vegas though. So it's now you guys are picking and choosing when you want to take a relationship seriously. It don't work like that. And you mess with the wrong person when it comes to men, because there are certain codes that we have to live by. If you know that you can take another woman in a certain type of way, that means I don't respect you like that. I don't respect you like that. But it's having a bit of fun though. It's having a bit of fun though. It's having a bit of fun though. Nah. If you take your relationship seriously and you understand the importance of boundaries and respect for your partner, regardless of whatever status they're at, you wouldn't be doing these type of things. But as you ladies alluded to, it seems that Kiki ain't really respecting her man like that, because according to particular types of tweets, oh, she ain't on Kiki's level. He ain't making that amount of money like that. He has no reason to talk. He's a broke bum. Very interesting.
And do you know so mad? We said this from before. Like, there are certain guys that I can't remember who was talking about it, but that, like, the time limit of talking to someone, if it was over 10 minutes or something like that, like what you're talking about. And I agreed with it, because I met certain guys that say Like if it's 30 seconds, if you even look at, if you look at them women, it's mad. It's mad. So let's not all like be naive to this. We all know there's certain etiquettes in a relationship. Do you get what I'm saying? And personally, for me, I would say this. So a lot of people in the chat, a lot of people here know this. But what people do is that they come here charged up from different conversations that they have somewhere else where they're disagreeing with, and they come in with that same energy. This is not a channel that we come with that energy. We hold both people to accounts. Exactly. Both people to accounts. And if Kojo allows this, I want to issue a challenge. If you want to come up here and say something, please do not go to but men, but Damien. We've already held them to account
for 2 days.
If you're able to do that,
keep it fair. And you know what's funny is the fact that you do not keep the same energy. It's like the lack of keeping the same energy, because it's like you're willing to make a pass because man is supposed to be the leader, man is supposed to be this, man is supposed to be that. So if man is supposed to be this and man is supposed to be that, and this guy is having someone that's not respecting him as a leader, then what? It's like you guys, it's the case where now, unfortunately, you're picking and choosing what constitutes as a boundary, because you will say it's not that deep. It's not that deep until it becomes your own problem or your own issue when it comes to boundaries you may set in a relationship. When we all know that there's a universal code when it comes to social etiquette, there are some lines you just do not cross when it comes to your significant other, irrespective if it's a man or a woman. We're not one of them ones here that like to, do this whole justice for me, but not justice for thee. When it comes to human principles, we keep it fair on both sides. We were bare saying that Darius was on because man is a hypocrite. You cannot be talking about conservative principles when you were the same person promoting Kiki when she was twerking, when she was wearing revealing clothing in that kind of way on Twitter, on Instagram, and now you want to come chatting up live. No, you can't do stuff like that. You know what you signed up for. But at that same breath, does that mean it gives Kiki the license to disrespect a man like that? So I'm now making passes for justice for me, not just for you? No, I'm not cool with that. I'm not cool with that. And you want to keep on using the fact that she's an entertainer. Was it her night to entertain, or was it Usher's night to entertain when she was a participant? It would have been cool if, or maybe she might have kissed her on the hand. It might have been cool if they were just a little dancing, but when you're now turning and showing the goody goods, right? What are you signifying? To you lot, you say it's not an issue. But to a guy in that relationship, how do you think he's supposed to feel? And then when you break it down to insecurity, another thing I have an issue with, when you talk about insecurities, think about it. Insecurity is based upon identity. It's based upon, how you see yourself. People are misappropriating the word boundaries and insecurity. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say now.
Go for it, Sam. Last one, and I'm going to get ladies to join you guys.
I was gonna say, it comes down to a point where the excuses I did see for Kiki. I'm gonna say this, and I hate to say this, but some of you might have to stay single because you might not be ready for a relationship. Because I mean, like some of the appropriating that there's a lot of women in the chat that are saying, yeah, do you know what? That's true, that's right. But it's kind of like, if you can't see somebody's insecurities or even boundaries, and you want to make excuses for, but she's single, but this is that, maybe you're not ready to actually compromise for somebody else. Do you get what I'm saying? Maybe you're not ready. It is a social thing. I might have to go there. I might have to just say what I need to say. And this is not for everyone. This is a minority of people that don't have social skills. Maybe it's not for you. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
You're ready to go water, they want you, man.
We're going to get ladies in now. Thank you, boys. Stay around, because the conversation is now going to have a bit more openness to it. Who was first? Felicia, you were first. So talk to me, Felicia.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh yeah. We can hear you, babe.
So I'm probably gonna have be the unpopular opinion to like
That's okay.
everybody
That's
in the
okay.
chat. So my thing is, I never thought Chance the Rapper was wrong in his dance scenario. And my caveat with Kiki being wrong or not is the nuance. My thing, if Darius said prior and they set the boundaries of relationship, this is what it is prior, then Kiki was wrong. If Darius never said anything and he had a problem, he's entitled to all of his feelings. 100%. How we all, most of us agreed that how he went about it was totally dead wrong. What he should have done is said something, stated his stance, and going forward, if she did the same infraction, then she would be wrong going forward because the boundaries had been set. Just like he be on the Instagram, chest all out, underwear on. If Kiki had a problem with Darius being half naked on the IG, he would be wrong if she said in the beginning, don't be half naked on the IG. And if he go up there and he sign up for 15 men and be half naked, then he would be wrong. People have to be so busy in lust and bumping that they never have these discussions, and then they have babies and be in a committed relationship in a blink of an eye. Once you establish that this is going to be a committed something, that we need to have the committed something conversations. Otherwise, because I like to dance and I don't see any problem with either one of them dancing. And I have friends who are Caribbean. She just went to Carnival with her husband, without her husband. And her husband, when they met, he knew she was Caribbean and that how she dances, and people always trying to show him pictures of his wife dancing, and he think it's hilarious. He just said like this person who saw the picture, he was like, their jaw dropped, and I'm thinking it's hilarious. It's so I thought I had to pick up the other people drop. I don't care because he doesn't care. They have boundaries established in their relationship, and he trusts her. That's his level of trust for her. I'm sure it's other things that she can't do in their relationship, and they have established that from the beginning. So if Darius said nothing, then Kiki was not wrong at that moment. If he said something and she was wrong, and my thing, people are conflating this into a whole thing Darius didn't even say and doing group thinking. Darius said he was not mad per se about the Usher dancing. He was actually mad at the dress. Everybody's making it this dance thing. So my thing is, if she had a whole burqa on and danced with Usher the same way, if Darius is being true in what he's saying, then he would be mad at the dance. And so all y'all should be mad with him with the dance. But if Kiki was half naked and sat with her legs crossed and he had no problem, why do you all have more problem than he had? It's the same way. People, if Russell Wilson had no problem with Sierra with pasties on, then who are we to be the people in their relationship? I feel like we dragging these black relationships down because we all done jumped on this bandwagon, and they may have been able to fix this, but since we all jumped on this bandwagon, he done stood 10 toes down in some foolishness, and she ain't saying nothing because her agreement in the beginning, again, he broke a covenant because in the beginning she said, I keep it silent, so we should keep it silent. Had he handled it in person, this could be we would have said, oh, Kiki booty look nice. She looked fine. They would have resolved it and she would have never wore a booty dress again. And we would have been none the wiser. So that is my stance. I'm not caping for anybody. I'm caping for stop group thinking in relationships. Your individual relationship is your individual relationship. When you start letting comparison is the thief of joy into your relationship, it kills the joy. And I'm done. Thank you.
Appreciate that. Daisy Dots, go for it.
Hey, Kojo.
Hey,
So it
Daisy.
seems like Felicia said a lot of the points that I intended to say, so I will skip over that part. And let me go ahead and speak from a personal experience. I was a part of a marriage where my husband would go to Facebook and randomly post comments like, man, when you're marrying, go ahead and find yourself a wife who can cook because damn, mind you, I am a really good cook, and he knows it. I mean, everyone knows it. But he would post a comment like this, and I would be like, "Hey." When I get home from work, I'd be like, "Hey, what was that comment about you made today?" And he'd be like, "Oh yeah, I was just speaking with some guys, and we were chatting about it, so I just posted this." When I know he was intentionally doing it to make me feel bad, right? Because if you're in a marriage and you're posting this, it's a reflection of your marriage or your experiences, or maybe something that's happening on the internet. But if it's none of that, it's assumed that it's about your wife. Or he'd post something like, "Hey, guys, make sure when you're looking for a wife, make sure she knows how to dress, because if she doesn't, then man, like it's rough." And mind you, to my knowledge, everything is going well in the marriage, but he would intentionally do this. And it would usually be after experiences, like if I've experienced a success or I've experienced something he knows that brought me like joy, he would do it like the following day. It was a pattern. So I say this to say that it appears that Darius knew what she valued. She values privacy. He knows everything that he says. Like he said, it's a representation of the family. And I think he purposely did it to embarrass her, and to kind of get a coalition of people to come together to bash her. It didn't work. But to end my little splurge here, I would say that two things can be true. I think she did too much, but I also think that he crossed the line when he went to Twitter with it, and he knew exactly what he was doing.
Thank you. Just to reiterate, guys, we've already bashed Darius for the last 2 days. I don't want to hear any more of Darius. We're not arguing about Darius. If you think he's wrong, we actually agree with you. So if your point is to do with Darius, I don't want to hear it. No offense. But I've actually slaughtered him for 6 hours. We have a 5 hour live and another hour and a half live. I'm not shooting anybody, just saying so that anybody else coming up on the panel, I don't want to hear any more about Darius, because we all agree that he was wrong for outing her and saying stuff about the dress and tweeting it. We already agree. So there's no point telling us about what you feel about Darius, because we agree with you. So this more about now. Do you agree with the premise that Kiki was disrespectful? That's the argument we're having. That's the discussion we're having. So if you disagree with that and you think she was okay with doing what she's doing, give us that point of view. Or if you disagree and think she was being disrespectful, give us that point of view. But Darius himself, we don't hear about him because we all agree with you. And what happens is the conversation gets into trying to balance the scales. There is no scales to balance today. Darius was wrong. So we want to start with either you agree with Kiki being disrespectful with her dancing and dressing, whatever, or maybe the dress. I don't personally care about the dress, but if you do want to talk about that, that's fine. Or you feel she was cool what she did, then give us that point of view. We want to hear that. But we know Darius is wrong, and we have already shot him. Although the man them have got on his neck and shot him. Okay, I even shot a Kene for you guys too. So Araba, go for it.
I mean, after that, I don't know if there's anything to say.
well, hold on, Araba. First of all, why are you looking so fine today?
Oh, thank you, Kojo.
Okay, go on.
Thank you.
You can say whatever you want. You want to talk about that? You want to talk about Darius? Go talk about Darius. You want to talk about? I'm joking. I'm joking. No,
and thank you to everyone in the chat too. I see all the love. I came at the end of the conversation, so I'm sorry. Adra was the one who was like, "Oh, you need to come up. You need to come up." So hoping my sis will be able to join the live a little bit later. But so to answer your question, was Keke Palmer being disrespectful? I'm going to say no. Let me first preface it by saying, would I have worn what she wore? No. That's not my style of dress. And I personally would feel exposed, but I'm not every woman, so I'm not going to speak for every woman. So that's the first thing. Number two, the way I act in a relationship is different than the way someone else acts in a relationship, than another woman acts in a relationship. So I'm not going to penalize her, because what I will say is, while to some of us, her actions may have read as disrespectful, but there's no way that Darius does not know how Kiki is or how she is in public, right? And granted, there is a way that you are with your man when you're out with him alone, and there is a different way when you're out with your girls and you're having fun, you're vibing, but nothing is new under the sun, especially because they've been together for about like a year and some change now. So I'm not buying like this is coming out of left field for him. I, purely think that the situation is more so based on his ego, and what we're seeing is a reflection of that. So I do not think that Kiki was being disrespectful. I understand the dynamics that people have spoke about
prior, like the men on this panel. And while like I agree that it works for some relationships, that's not how, you know, everyone kind of operates. And I think it's just weird to request so much from someone who you have not made your wife. She's just a girlfriend. So that to me, it kind of like overshadows a lot of these other entitlements and requirements. And I don't understand how you can feel so like empowered to request certain types of decencies and respects when you have not done the decency of locking her down officially, of, you know, giving her legal benefits. That makes no sense to me. So I don't know why that's part of the conversation, but that's all I'm going to say.
Before you leave, Robert, question. You said the dress is not your particular taste. Why is it not your particular taste?
It's not my particular taste because I don't dress like that, right? So I don't, there's certain parts of my body that I'm going to cover. But like I said, this is my own moral.
Stay there. You're going good. No, you're going good. No, Robert, you're going good.
I know where you're going. I know where. Listen, I know where you're going, and you're not going to get me.
I'm not against the dress, by the way. I'm not against it. So I just want to ask your perspective on it. Go for it, Robert. Go. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Me personally, the way that I was raised, right? I was raised to dress in a certain form or fashion, and I've just never grown out of that, right? But I will never demonize Keke Palmer for what she wore. I will never do that. I really don't think what she wore was that bad, and I also feel like this is not about her dress. Like, this is just the dress is not the main issue. The main issue is he was threatened. He felt insecure in that moment. So I feel like that shouldn't even be part of the conversation.
Can you see why he was threatened?
Absolutely.
Would you dance with me if you had a man?
I would dance with you, but there's a certain way that I would dance with you.
Would you dance like the way that Keke? No, would you dance the way Keke danced with me with your man?
No, I would not.
Thank you. That's all it is. No, that's all it is.
With you,
we won. But that's our point. You said it's not disrespectful. And I'm asking you, why would you not do it, Araba?
You're trying to get me, Kojo, and I feel like what you don't understand is what I do is not what the next woman is going to do. I'm not going to police her.
But why wouldn't you do it? Why wouldn't you do it? That's what I'm asking. I don't know about a woman. Why wouldn't you do it? We know that you ain't going to hold them accountable, but you're going to hold yourself accountable. So why would you not do it, Araba?
So the reason why I would do it does not matter. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, Kojo. It does not matter.
You're just so fine. That's why I'm allowing you. But
listen to me. I know what y'all trying to do. Y'all try to do that man thing where you put me in a box and I have no choice but to get. No, we're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get me. You're not gonna get me. Okay.
Sometimes it's good to admit. Sometimes it's just good to admit. Just say it.
And shame the devil.
So okay, I'll give you a little bit of what you want, right? So when I'm in a relationship, there are levels of boundaries and forms of respect that I do show. I can admit to that. Dancing with another man in a way that is provocative or whatever, I'm not going to do that. But here's the thing: I don't think that Keke Palmer was dancing provocatively. They're both entertainers. I think they were putting on a little show. It's entertainment. I really didn't think it was that big of a deal. And the reason why I hate these questions is because we're moving the goalpost. Instead of focusing on, it's really mostly about Darius's insecurities and public humiliation to bring down and degrade his partner. Like, y'all laughing, but this is the truth. You're distracted.
No, we agree with you. No, Araba. We agree with you. This is what we're trying to say. That's why I said nobody addressed Darius, because we agree with you. What we're saying is the argument isn't about that anymore because we agree with you. We stand 10 toes down with you.
Yeah.
We 10 toes down with you. He said he's a hypocrite. He said he's a liar. I've said that he's doing too much. He's not protecting his woman or his relationship. Overall, I don't like the fact that he did what he did. I should have never known about this. You should never know about this. So we agree with you. What we're saying now is, now put that aside. Her dancing with him. I said, if you dance like that with me, would you do that if you had him? Would you twirl around at the end to give me a little show of the Nyash when you knew you had a man?
Where's the ring on my finger?
No. That's not what I'm asking.
No. But that's
I'm saying, would you do it? No. If
what we're not gonna do
requirements
as boyfriends and as baby fathers. That's what we're not going to do.
Oh my. You see, we cannot win.
If you want public submission, I'm going to need public recognition. Okay.
Do you know what Araba's doing? She's coming out swinging. She's coming out swinging.
Legal protection. I'm going to need all of that before you start requesting. Oh, you can't be dancing with these men. You can't. Excuse me? Is my last name your last name?
Araba, thing is, we've been killing Darius for 2 days. You just resurrected him back up again. Come on.
Because this is about him. This is about him. This is not about Keke Palmer. She's not been
I'll allow you.
She's not.
I think you've answered that question already.
I did. She was showing a little cleavage, showing a little booty cheek that you've all seen, that you all go on the internet to see for free. Like, why are we complaining about this now? I don't get it. But go ahead.
Well, I hope you allow me and permit me when I put the video up and saying that women are intentionally shifting the goalposts when I do the 8-minute breakdown, because that's what I'm gonna do.
No,
because nah, baby, you shifted it.
Me redirecting because
no.
Redirecting.
When they watch the 8 minutes of Robert, it's gonna be mad because the way you have not answered this question, but it's okay because I know you. That's why it's okay. I know you for a long time.
This question, y'all. She is not being successful. Stop requiring wifely things from girlfriends and baby mothers. Stop doing it. That's where the conversation ends. Point blank. Period.
So we'll leave it there.
I disagree. That's all I said. That's it. That's all.
We'll leave it there. I'm gonna go to Anis Aye and then I'll let you go, Sam. Anis Aye, give us your point of view. Thank you, Rabba. Anis Aye, go.
Hello, everyone.
Save your ladies, please. Save your lady, please.
Yeah, I have to disagree, Araba. I'm sorry. I think that as far as from a woman's perspective, if we're not talking about Keke Palmer and we're just looking at her as a woman in a relationship.
Hold on a minute. Anis Aye, why are you looking so fine? What's going on? What's going on with the panel today?
Period. Thank you.
They're distracting us, bro. You have to know the game. They're distracting us, bro.
Bro,
let me show you. No.
Sorry, Alice, go on. Apologies, go on.
Kojo, focus.
I'm focused.
Can you focus? Okay. So the point is, I think she's wrong, period. I think that he talked about the dress and the man talked about the dress and that being the issue of, dressing like that as a mother. But I think what you're saying, Kojo, and I think what I'm agreeing with is her conduct, the spinning, the extra flirtation is almost like she didn't have a man at home or a baby at home. So it is a little bit out of pocket. If I'm talking from a woman to woman, what are you doing? Why do you need his attention? Why do you need all of that? Are you doing that out of excitement for your new body and you're feeling yourself, or are you doing that for his attention? See, the thing is, men don't know the difference. And when you put yourself in that position, just like the Bible says, don't give even the perception of evil, right? So even if you put yourself in that position and you're not thinking like that, we are. And her man obviously is, right? So it gives straight up disrespect, period. Sorry. Do you feel relieved?
Sorry, Sam. Go for it. Thank you, Alice. No. Yeah, I think you hit that nail on the head. I love the point about we can't tell the difference. So, like, if you have it in your head that it's different to how she might be thinking about it, I can't tell the difference. Absolutely right, because I'm outside of the mind. So that was actually a really great point. Sam, go for it. You wanted to address something, so go for it.
Just quickly, I feel like yes, and do you know what's so mad? I actually said this in the last live to Darius. If Darius was serious, you'll put a ring on it. If you were serious. But can I just say, I feel like we're dismissing the process towards marriage when we're dating and when we're going out with each other. I feel like we're trying to dismiss it. If there's no ring on it, I can do whatever I like. I can do whatever I like. Oh, is that what we're saying?
Can I say something to that really quick? Just
go for it, analyst. Yes, go for it. Can we do anything we like when
so
the ring
so
is
this is
when
the
it's on?
issue. This is the issue I have with that argument from women saying she's not married. She's not married because she didn't put that in place, that parameter, that boundary that says, hey, I'm not having a child unless I have a ring. She may already have said, I don't want to be married. You're financially less than me. You could take most of my money. So I'm going to do the Oprah thing. Keep you well kept and well fed, but you stay in your place. Now he got out of his place. But the thing is, you can't blame her or blame him for her lack of standards. Sorry. That's all I got to say. Violence today. Violence.
It
I
is
love that.
good.
Thank you.
Good.
It's good indeed. Any other ladies want to get a rub? I think the question was actually aimed at yourself first, because when he was asking that question.
So my quick question, Ajwa is on. First and foremost, let's acknowledge my sister. Hey, girl.
Hey, Aj, you all right? Looking chocolatey again?
I am good. So good to be back.
So I need to clarify, Samuel. You said it seems like we're dismissing the process of dating. Can you explain what that looks like? Because I'm unsure of what you mean. How we're dismissing the process of dating.
So at the moment, I'm talking about the process of I see a girl and I like her, and in my mind, in the future, even though I haven't put a ring on it yet, I feel like I am going to marry her in the future. And I'm being exclusive towards her.
He would have done it already if he wanted to marry her.
I already addressed that. I already addressed it. But my question is it a point of excuse just to say that I don't have a ring, I can do whatever I like?
Absolutely.
That's what I'm asking.
10 toes.
Thank you.
Can I jump in?
Because as for me,
can I jump in?
I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna do. Since there's no ring on my finger, I'm gonna just say there's a lot of chocolate sisters in the world.
Because I think what we do is we radicalize these things where we think when I say I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, you think I'm gonna run the streets, be sleeping with Tom, Dick, Harry, have my ass out running through the streets? That's not what I mean. You do what you do.
Oh,
what I mean is you explore your options until someone solidifies, like, yes, I want to be with you for the rest of my life. That's what I'm referring to. I'm not referring to just go be buck wild out in these streets. So yes, I'm going to do what I want to do if I'm not.
Why are you not advocating buck wild though? Why are you not advocating for buck wild?
Because
since you can do whatever you want to do, why would you not take it to the farthest
No,
extent?
see, this is we're going back to that radical extremism thing here to prove
it's not radical because you said you can do whatever you want to do. That was your statement.
I told you within the parameters of what I meant. I didn't say do just whatever. I said I'm going to do what I want to do in terms of I will explore my options. I will date. I will entertain other men. I will go out with them, let them pursue me, let them court me until one person says, you are my wife and this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. That is what I mean and what I'm referring to. That's my personal definition. And that's it.
So even if you're boyfriend and girlfriend, are you going to be dating several people around? Because that's the position that they are in. They're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I understand that. Personally, I have not done that before. But what I will say, if I'm with a boyfriend, wait.
Robert, where you getting?
Before you throw in the towel, if I'm with a man who I feel like I can tell he does not see a future with me, or he's moving like he does not see a future with me, or I don't see a future with, I don't see the problem in entertaining someone else. I don't.
So why is he your boyfriend? Think about it.
Because we're learning each other. It's not a serious commitment until you're married. This is the truth. This is the truth.
Really?
Hey.
I said 10 toes down, so go to the next person because I'm not budging on what I said.
All right. We've lost one, guys. Because there's no way she can defend that one. I'm sorry, that's indefendable. All right. Jeff, do you want to say something, and I'll get the ladies back in again? Go for it.
No,
Jeff.
I was gonna say that if you literally, that's why you have to be careful when you say stuff like, I'm gonna do whatever you want. I know what you're trying to say, But this is why you gotta say what you mean and mean what you say.
I did.
When you say stuff like that, you may think it's, oh, we're taking it to the extreme. Words have meaning.
I know.
Irrespective of me being a boyfriend or girlfriend, I know context of principle of relationship. I can't just do whatever I want if I'm taking somebody seriously with intent to marry. Or if whatever is boyfriend or girlfriend, there are certain boundaries and rules and guidelines and social etiquette.
You're not listening.
You already said it yourself.
You're
You
not
already said it yourself, yeah. You're not going to do certain things in the confines of a relationship. You said it yourself. Even if you're a boyfriend or girlfriend, you said that. But now you're saying, oh, that's what I would do, but because it's different for other people. No.
But you're not listening, because I said if I'm with a boyfriend where I feel like you can tell it's not going somewhere, I don't see the problem in entertaining other people. And this is considering that I don't sleep with multiple people at one time, right? If I'm with one person, that's the person I'm with. Okay. And I've now come to a place where I'm starting to explore reserving sex till marriage. So it's completely different for me. It's completely different for me. What I said was, if I'm with a boyfriend who he's not giving any signs of putting a ring on it anytime soon, and I know that's what I want, that is my intention, 10 toes down, I'm going to entertain another person. And that's it. That's all. So I don't see nothing.
Okay, cool. Would you entertain another person while you're in the relationship, as you said, towards the end, where you feel like it's not going to the place that you want it to go? Would you either walk away then entertain other people, or still be in a relationship and entertain other people?
I don't get the question, because I just answered. I just explained.
Nah, you gotta make it clear for us. What he said was, would you stay in that relationship and entertain that man, even though you know it's not going anywhere? So would you quit the relationship first before you entertain that man? That's what he's asking.
Yeah, personally, I would.
That's all. Then you've quit the relationship. You're not in one. That's the whole point. Kaleta, go for it.
Whatever.
Hello, family. How you doing? I hope everybody's doing great. These beautiful melanated people. The platform. The question is, was Keke disrespectful? Right? And that answer is, it depends. I think that what happens a lot of times, because there's a challenge of communication between men and women, sometimes you don't find that bump until you hit that bump, right? So if that circumstance had never happened before, then no, she wasn't. If that circumstance happened and he addressed it, and she did it again, yeah, just like analyst said before. But I think what we need to do is understand that as a community, how important it is that we understand that men and women think and communicate and understand and translate differently. We understand that. But I also think it's fair for each other to respect that part. I was with a group, and I was on speakerphone, and my boyfriend could hear. And so one of the men on the call said, "Hey, Carletta, with your sexy self." I got read the riot act because of what he said. Had it been communicated that this is acceptable and this is not, it could have been different. And in his eyes, I was being disrespectful because I let it go what he said. But that's why the communication and respecting the differences of how we communicate is so important, because then we get this situation. And that's my point.
Well, I'll be damned.
Hold on a minute. What is going on? What is going on? Ladies, what is going on? You lot are wilding. Oh my God. Sorry, Lord. This is wild to me. I'm in a different alternative reality. I am. This doesn't exist. We're not even here. I'm in the metaverse. Because clearly you lot are bugging. This is Black Mirror. Because this ain't real. Because the amount of shirking that we're doing right now is crazy.
This ain't like,
it's not even a sensible thing anymore. People are saying, when they say sex on the phone, you didn't check the person. You just said, it's not my fault. But he said sexy to you. So you not think to yourself, hey, that's not appropriate. I've got a man. Hey, you guys are killing me. Adra, go, please save your people, please, because they
I didn't even hear it. It didn't even comprehend to me. He heard it. It didn't even
you didn't hear it.
comprehend to me.
Oh, okay. If you didn't hear it, that's different.
I heard it, but it
different. You just said you didn't hear it, baby. What are you doing to me?
I didn't comprehend it. I didn't comprehend it like he did. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It meant nothing to me.
Now, how did you comprehend it?
As a compliment. As a compliment.
Nah, you are wilding today. Boys, stay calm. They are trying to intentionally get us riled up. They're trying to get us finished today. They want us to be finished today. They want our hearts and our souls and our minds to be finished. Okay, because clearly,
but how is it my fault?
Can I say one thing real quick before Ajo goes?
Yeah, okay, go for it, Felicia. And then I'll
so, my thing with when y'all trying to make somebody's personal standards for how they act in a relationship group standards, like if how we may dress personally on this panel, if this was orthodox in any orthodox religion, it might be inappropriate in that religion. So therefore, you can say that, oh, what is so inappropriate, if it's not established in the beginning, you can't take somebody's personal, like I wouldn't go do such and such in a relationship. That doesn't mean that the next relationship somebody may have that might not be the agreement in their relationship. So if I personally wouldn't dress like that in my relationship, that's my personal relationship standard. And even if my man, that's not his personal standard, it's just my personal standard, then that's a thing. So if it's not established in the beginning that this is my standard, how I dress. If I wear a burqa every day and my man is Christian and he does not care, that's my standard to wear a burqa. But if he takes on that standard because that's what I wear and I go out there and pop it on a handstand, then that's our standard now. And we've had that discussion. So you can't, it's not a winning factor that somebody's personal standard is not Kiki's personal standard. That's why I said Darius is not wrong in his feelings. He's wrong in how he presented it. And not that I'm bashing him, not trying bringing it back, because the standards don't appear to have been set in the beginning. And he's dated somebody who's a celebrity, who's known to be on magazines, dressed potentially scandalous. So these relationships these things have to be established in the beginning, especially when you know it's somebody who has the potential to be in those environments. His issue was never the dancing, per what he says. The issue was the dressing. So those are his standards, and that's all. I'm gonna let everybody.
Before I let Asher go, I just want to just say this real quick. If you date me from now on, guys, it's not cheating. It's me exercising my options. If you haven't told me from the beginning of the relationship that cheating is not your standard,
I do that anyway.
Don't expect me to be fake. That's not even.
But I don't think cheating is the same thing.
No, wait, hold on. The example you gave was we don't have about group standards. Not everybody's standards the same. So I'm saying to you, fine. I'm changing my standards from now on. If you date me, if you don't ask me from the very beginning of the relationship, hey, what do you think about cheating? I don't agree with cheating. When I cheat, it's not cheating. It's me exercising options, because remember, we can't all do group thinking. We all have different standards. At the beginning of a
monogamous relationship, that should be an answer. Because I have one question.
I never seen that.
If this was a Megan Thee Stallion concert and Kiki danced with Megan Thee Stallion and had that same dress on, would you all have a problem with that? Because Kiki has notably said that she's bisexual also. So
I didn't even know she was
just
bisexual.
as egregious as her outfit and her dancing is on that would be the same egregiousness as would be Meg Thee Stallion. And Darius should have the same problem, because this was an issue in Amon and Tiana's relationship. Since they've had bisexual encounters, when she brought her friends on the stage and danced sexy with him, he will also get on the internet and blast her on the internet. She would not say anything, and they would handle it in house. And we've moved past that. So if Kiki would have to hold those standards, both with men and women. So if he caught her dancing with her friend, if it was a dance thing, then it would be a dance thing, with dancing with her friends, because that could be a potential that she may have. It's the same disrespect.
I hear you, but I didn't know she was not. First of all, I didn't know she was bisexual, but now I know.
Because,
Okay, if she
because it's
was,
her individual relationship.
Well, it doesn't make a difference. Now I know it would be the same thing, because your question was about whether we would have a problem. I said I will have the same issue, but that wasn't my question.
Would, as
My
Kojo
question was,
would, but Darius may not have.
okay,
And
but we're not
that's
talking about
my
Darius now.
thing.
I'm giving an example from my perspective, because we're having the debate now. So the debate example I'm giving, Felicia, is that you said that some things are group and some things are individual. And I'm saying to you that since that's the case, nobody goes into a boyfriend and girlfriend and says, hey, do you know this is monogamous? Hey, do you know that I believe in cheating? Nobody, but they should, but they don't. That's the whole
point. But they
That's
do, because Tiana Taylor is sleeping with men and women during her relationship.
Tiana Taylor.
We have to have these conversations.
I know, but the rest of us do not have that conversation.
If
you know you want to,
men often say when men in these relationships and they sleep with another woman, they often say you made the assumption that this was a monogamous relationship, and we never had that discussion. And it's been times on these panels where men has often said, you made the assumption that this was if we're getting in a monogamous relationship as adults, we need to discuss these things. Just like when people having these sex unprotected, they didn't discuss their parenting style. When it's all blow up in your face because you don't discipline your kids this way, or you feel like a mother or father should act this way, it is your fault. My thing is both Kiki and Darius and Era in this whole situation, because they didn't have these conversations. They were so busy in love and lust and in this fairy tale that now real life has hit, and they having problems. On the honeymoon is over, and now we having problems.
Okay, so how does that go? Okay, going back to my original premise, because it's going back on your original thing, something is group and something is not group. And the reality of the situation is, you can spin it how you want to spin it. None of you go into a conversation with a man and you date him and go, well, how do you feel about cheating? Are you a person that doesn't cheat? Are you a person that has multiple people? You don't ask that question. You don't do it, and that's the reality of the situation. Let's pretend that we don't do that.
The ball game, Kojo, like that would have to.
Essentially, my personal standard is that when you get with me,
that would be your personal standard. Some other men would not care what somebody wear. It is an individual.
It's not about what she wore. We agree with you already. Why are women going over the same points? We said we agree with you. We said we're not disagreeing. No one's mentioned about dress. Nobody has mentioned dress. We've left the argument.
Dance thing when he never said the dance was a problem.
But we haven't mentioned.
You're now trying to put something on was not even his argument.
But Felicia, we've told you our position. Yes. We said we're arguing this particular position. What he said is irrelevant.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because we're not arguing that point. We're not arguing that point. So when you bring another point that we're not arguing that point. So I'm saying stick to the point that we are arguing, because you're arguing a point that we're not arguing. We agree with you. I don't think any of the men have said anything. I only asked the rubber about the dressing because she mentioned it. After that, I'm not asking the ladies, what do you think about the dress situation? Because I said already, I don't give a hoots. So I'm not arguing that hill. That hill I'm not going to die on. The thing was about the dance. So I asked everybody, what's their thoughts about the dance? So you can get a perspective. You then caught and said, well, not everyone has the same standards. And I said, that's fine. There are some things, and I agree that not everyone's going to have the same standards. But if we're saying that something that even and it was going because of based on what the conversation we just had with the ladies, somebody saying that someone told you look sexy, and suddenly we don't know that's disrespectful, and suddenly we don't know anything. We're having boyfriends and girlfriends, and we don't know what having other partners is. When we start pretending as if we don't know what reality is, and we're now doing Thanos and clicking our fingers and resetting reality, I'm gonna call it out and be like, "You're resetting reality," because that's not what's happening. And so I said, "You know you're bugging." So I said, "Let me bug too. Let me bug too. Let me cheat, and it's not cheating."
But my point in the dancing is that would be individual. Every man would not have a problem with the dancing situation, and that's why I'm saying it's what's in. That's not even a group thinking thing. Because a man might also be a dancer. If I bachata with somebody, that may be sexual to you, but that may not be sexual to somebody else because it's you personally.
Hold up. You just said every man will not have a problem. Are you speaking for every man in this situation right now? Every man will not have. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
What are you talking about? I'm saying that each individual man would have a standard for themselves. That's what I'm saying. So if you three men agree, but that might not be the next man. And my point in with Darius never said that the dancing was his issue, but you three have a problem, and that's okay.
But Felicia, okay, if I have to ask you then, so when is it a group thing and then when is it an individual thing? Because we're conflating micro and macro. We're conflating the collective and the individual at this point. Because now we're picking and choosing which side we're going to go onto it.
Which we will, because in personal things is something like, as a Christian, you would do this in a group of Christians, but still this would be my individual. I don't mind this in my individual Christian relationship. Just like what I'm wearing, what I'm personally wearing today might not be appropriate if I have a Muslim husband, but me as a Christian, my Christian husband may not have the same opinion of that. That may not be a big deal for him, because people still have certain things in their sectors, but certain individual things too. Yes, he had never said this dress thing. You all have a problem with the dress thing. He never said the dress thing was the dance thing. He never had a problem with the dance thing per Darius. You three have a problem as the men on this panel with the dance thing. Another man may come on this panel and say, I don't care about the dance thing. It wasn't a big deal to me about the dance thing. Again, I agree with Darius about the dress thing. The dress was so sexy. We can go on both sides of the fence, because Kojo just said the dress thing is not sexy, and there's several men that said that dress was an abomination. She should have never wore that dress with her booty cheeks out. But Kojo's issue is the dancing. He has an individual thought, but now people are trying to jump on the bandwagon of this group, which wasn't even Darius' thing. This dancing thing blew out of proportion when he didn't even mention the dancing ever.
We're at an impasse. Let Adjua go. We're at
Adjua.
an impasse.
Dana, give us hope.
Okay.
Give us, please.
So I have been listening to everybody and their viewpoints, and I think that we do need to give space for respect to be individualized. Like, people have different definitions of respect. There is a basic ground rule, though, of a line that you don't cross, but there are individual nuances to what respect means to each person and each relationship. And because it's actually each person, you have to make a conscious decision to define it for both of you guys in the relationship, so that there is an agreement to what it is. And this is above the baseline, right? Okay, so now let's go to the baseline. Baseline. As a woman who at some point wants to be a wife, you have to view yourself as a wife already, right? You cannot wear certain things that will degrade you from that level. Now, not everybody wants to be a wife. Not everybody really understands what a wife is, so therefore may not be able to act accordingly. In this situation, though, when it comes to Kiki and her baby's father, I have to say that they are both wrong. See, a man who has been with a woman who carried a child for 10 months, birthed the child. I don't know how old the child is now. And this child may be, let's say, 6 months. If nothing else, you have been with that person. I say 10 months because it's 9 months and some weeks. I mean, that's 10 months to me. You have 10 months, and however old that child is, let's say 6 months. That is a year and some. And in that whole situation, you guys have never talked about, because she's acting as if she knows her role is not a wife. So I can confidently assume that he did not have a conversation with her that you will become my wife. And if we've gone through this length of time and you have not professed that that's the goal that we're trying to work towards, that I can't take you seriously. See, it's easy to say that she disrespected herself, and she did. It's easy to say that she disrespected him, and she did. But he has also disrespected her by letting this girl carry a child, go through all the process of having to explain that, oh, that's my boyfriend and not a husband. And he has not been able to take up that challenge of making her a wife. Kiki did not come out the gate pregnant with her booties out. Something changed along the way. Maybe there's a lack of confidence in the fact that you really want to wife me. And so I might be a little reckless. Sometimes when our emotions, we become a little reckless. both female and male. And maybe in this moment, she felt a little reckless because she felt unsafe. She felt unseen. She felt not secure. And she made a bad judgment call. There needs to be space for that. Because if we can't look at it in the context of all of just how human we are and how easy it is for us to make mistakes in certain pockets and the things that lead us to making those mistakes, then it'll be so easy to just throw the stone at her and not look at the whole issue in the broader context.
Thank you, Ajo. Can I just restate something, right? I find it so funny. We've done 2 days where I spoke about Darius. Since we're using this argument, anything can go. Why the frick did I do 2 days of talking about Darius if anything can go? Why did you agree with me? That makes no sense. If anything can go and we all have different standards, Kiki hasn't spoken about him being disrespectful. We did. So in what pocket would you agree with me and sit with me for 6 hours going, yes, Kojo, I agree with what you said about Darius. And now you're twisting and turning around going, hold on a minute. No. Well, there's different rules for different people, so it's subjective. It wasn't subjective when Darius was doing what he was doing. You agreed with me. You all came up on the panel. You said what you said. People in the chat were saying what they said. It wasn't subjective then. Why is it subjective now? That's my issue. I'm looking at it going, there really is Thanos in the air. He's like literally snapped, and the women have like just they said, listen, we're gonna take these men to the cleaners. Because then if this is the case, there's no point in having this conversation. We should scrap the last 6 hours we've done. Because why did I talk about what's right and what's wrong with Darius coming out and uncovering his wife? Because that is individual, whether you like it or not, and whether I like it or not. That's my own individual opinion. That's your own individual opinion. That is not a group thing. You can't do a group think anymore, right? We can't do group think.
Can I say something?
Go for it, and then I'm letting Lorraine go.
Yeah, I think I'm struggling. I think I'm really struggling with this situation with Keke Palmer and Darius for a few reasons. It's hard to try to now insert morality when they've moved so far away from morality, from the not marrying her before making her a baby mother, from him posting videos of her naked, twerking, booty clapping, and all that. He actually posted these photos and pictures of Keke himself. And so now when we're trying to insert morality of, oh, was she being disrespectful? It's almost like we can already see that this couple, I don't think they've had a lot of conversations, period, about what does respect look like in this relationship. There's just so many things that have went awry that now it's kind of just like, I can't really define what respect is for these people. So to ask us, was she being disrespectful or not? The man posted her twerking her ass online. Like we're really requesting a lot at this point. And so that to me is like the difficulty. And back to what Ajwa said, like, yes, there are common standards, practices, and normalizations that we have within society. That's why we have laws, rules, and regulations. We have certain unspoken rules that we expect everyone to follow. Even with that, people still act as individuals. Like even in our social circles, people still make their individual choices. And so this is why we're saying, like, we think it's wrong, but within the dynamic of their relationship, there's a lot of things that have went wrong already. So I really can't even police this woman for how she was acting with this man. But you know, yeah, that's just, it's just
so
a lot
one
of
question. One question.
Go ahead.
One question.
I know y'all
was Darius wrong for what he did?
Absolutely.
Now, Paul, wait, hold on. To say it again, was Darius wrong for what he did?
Yes, I believe he was wrong for what he did.
Now tell me, without using groupthink, how you can agree with that when you don't know what rules they agreed to in their relationship about what's respect and what's disrespect, as you just stated.
Ding, 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 ding.
So,
Araba, can I answer this question?
No, you can't. It has to be Araba because she stated
yes, because the reason why I would say that they have discussed
wait, are you going? Hello, please don't break the protocols. Please, I beg.
Okay, Aruba, you can pass it on if you like.
Me and her going back and forth. me and Rubber, we go back and forth because we've known each other for a long time. We're intellectuals, so I like to reason. Rubber, tell us.
Kojo, I'm an intellectual. Hey,
Abby,
Kojo.
please. You are not the person I'm calling. Please, I beg, please. Go on, Rubber. Go on. The ladies are killing us.
Repeat the question again. I'm sorry. Repeat the question again, Kojo.
Sorry. So you said that Darius was wrong. And I'm saying to you, if there is no understanding of, from our perspective, of what we know, what's respect and disrespect for their relationship, how do we know that what he did? Oh, sorry. How do you make a determination that what he did was wrong?
I actually don't disagree with your point there. I actually don't disagree, right? Because, like I said, I think there's a lot of things that have flown by already that have shown us this relation. There's some things in the relationship that's just not right. I'm not saying both of them are completely, I'm not saying that Keke is absolved 100% from accountability, right? Because like I said earlier, would I wear the dress she wore? No, I would have not. Would I have danced with Usher like she did? Probably not. No, I mean, it is Usher, so ciao. But
we ain't even mad at that. We understand.
Yes, it's Usher. I mean, come on.
We understand. We're just still saying it's wrong, though. But we understand what you're saying.
I'm not absolving her of accountability. What I'm saying is, I think and this is the real gotcha is this whole conversation is such a man thing, right? Because what happens when one person wait, what happens is when we as women, when you have done us wrong, what y'all try to do is y'all try to equalize the wrongs. And so we're now here trying to put equal blame on Kiki, and that's my problem.
Can I say one thing about what
y'all are killing us? Hold on, wait. It's meant to be Lorraine. Sorry.
Okay.
It's got to be Lorraine. It's meant to be Lorraine. Sorry. I said I was going to Lorraine after. Sorry. And you can go after Felicia. Well, after Daily Dot, then Felicia after. But Lorraine, go for it. Wait, by the way, sorry, Lorraine, let me patch you in what the conversation is. The question we're asking is, was Keke Palmer disrespectful for dancing with Usher the way she did? Right? You were here for the past few days. We've held Darius accountable. We're saying now, specifically, Kiki's behavior. Was it disrespectful to the relationship? Whatever to hell, you wouldn't call it that. Was it disrespectful? I made a whole hour and said it was disrespectful. I want to get your perspective. Do you believe it to be disrespectful what Keke Palmer did? Yes or no, and reasons why?
Wait, Kojo, before you answer that, like Samuel, listen. If she meant
let Lorraine go, please. I don't want to cut in. Let Lorraine go, please. And you can go after the two girls are gone. Go for it, Lorraine.
You guys are absolutely sending me tonight. Can you guys hear me properly?
Oh, we can hear you.
Yeah. Firstly, I am tired. I am absolutely tired of the game and doing things because this person didn't do this or they did this, doing up tit for tat, doing up situationships. I am tired, okay? We are in the intentional dating era, okay? If you don't think that this man could potentially be your boyfriend, your husband, then he should not be your boyfriend. Okay, I have been there before. I have done all of that. Like, I'm just seeing where things. No, okay. If you know that this man was not going to marry you, don't waste 5 years, 2 seconds, right? Wasting your time with that person because you're just wasting your time. So Keke is going to get it today, right? Because how you move in a relationship should be based on 2 things: what you expect or don't expect from a partner, number 1, and number 2, what your partner also expects or doesn't expect, regardless of whether they've had a conversation of what respect looks like in their relationship. They have been together, I think, was it Abdullah, over a year now? Okay, you know your person. You don't have to have a specific conversation word to word about how about this and how about this. You know what your person is going to tolerate. You know what they're not going to tolerate. So with that in mind, you move a certain way because you know you can get away with it. She would not have moved like that with a man that she knew that he would not have a bar of it. There's certain type of man that you know if you move like that, you're coming home, your bags are packed. It's not even a conversation. So let's not act like she doesn't know the man that she's dealing with. She knows that she can act up, right, and do this, and he's going to be okay with it. I'm not going to condone how we already spoken on that. I was on the panel when I said what I said about him. And the reason why I think that we're having this conversation, because for me personally, him tweeting that was not about the dress. You're in your feelings about how the way that she acted, right? And there's a part of me that believes that they've either had that conversation or she knows that she crossed a boundary, because you know your person. We're sitting here talking about Saweetie and YG and talking about, yeah, this is YG, this, that, and the other. I don't even know if they've had a conversation, but she knows her man is not about it. So I'm not even going to allow you to come to cross my space. That's the respect that she's given her man. So it depends with who you're in your relationship with, where you are on your own healing journey, right? Whether you're going to be playing up games, well, you know, he's this, so I'm going to do this, or I'm not seeing this, so I can do what I want, and I'm single because I'm not married. Allow all that. You're in a relationship with this person. If you don't think that this person is going to be your husband, leave. If you think that he's going to be your husband, then move accordingly. Now, I'm not here for, okay, act like a wife, so you should dress this way, because look at Cardi B. She's a wife and she dresses how she dresses and she acts how she acts. So it depends what kind of husband you want. If you want a certain kind of husband where you know you have to have some archaic views, you have to dress a certain way, then you go ahead and you do that if that's what you want. If you want to continue being a bad bee and you still want to be a wife, there are plenty men who wife up bad bees. Let's not lie about it. Okay, so I don't agree with this whole fit in this role so you can get a husband. There's different type of men out there who will wife any kind of woman, right? I just feel like we need to be honest with ourselves as women when we're talking about, oh yeah, this behavior is fun and that behavior is fun. It might be fine for you personally, but it might not be fine for your man. If it's fine for you and your man, that's fine. Like, there's no point to even have this conversation. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, for their I don't think that what she did is right. I think that he thinks that what she did is wrong. That's what matters here. It doesn't matter what I think, because I'm not in their relationship. The point that I'm trying to address here is the fact that he clearly does not approve of the way that she was acting. And that's the only opinion that she should care about, which tells me that she doesn't care about his opinion. There's already disarray within the relationship, because if things was cushy between you guys, you would not be moving like that. If you respected your man and you know that he doesn't like this, you would not be moving like that. That's what I gotta say.
Can I ask the gentleman a question?
Wait, before you do, wait, hold on. I just gotta do this.
Hallelujah. Praise God.
No, because Jesus had to speak.
Don't do that, because you're gonna have me.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But
don't do that.
Thank you very much. Okay, because I thought I was in an alternative universe, and I really felt that me, the boys, were on a different alternate timeline. I honestly did. I felt like I was Spider-Man, but I was in Marvel and in DC at the same time. It was kind of crazy, you know what I mean? So I appreciate you for that. Okay, all right, I appreciate for that. Now, Colette, before you go, because the ladies said they wanted to go first. Jeff, say we gotta say, then I'm gonna get the two ladies in first, Daisy and Felicia. Then I'll come to you after Colette, so we get in order. Go for it, Jeff.
I was literally telling Samuel, yeah, that if any one of them, if Lorraine literally just said Darius, yeah, you owe me £10, but luckily she didn't kind of way, so I can't. You can £10.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Sam, do you have anything to add really quickly before I go to the ladies?
Not really. I mean that the thing is with the whole thing, when we go back to for what you guys were saying, especially Araba about Darius, we agree everything that you were saying. But my problem is, why was that not said before on the live when we were cussing him 2 days? Why was that not said before?
I hear you. Before you answer that, Araba, I'm going to tell the ladies so that they can answer it. And we go eat meat pie or something. Daisy Dots, go for it. Sorry about that earlier on, Daisy Dots, because I wanted to just me and Araba get into a duel. So, I like to war with her a little bit. But go for it, Daisy Dots. Talk to me.
Oh, I was
Appreciate you
wondering
too.
if I had to turn on my intellectual camera, perhaps. Okay, so
Nah,
the
nah,
point I
nah,
was
not at all.
the point I was making, I think you asked Araba, am I saying it right? You asked how did he know that she would not approve of the message or something of that sort? Had they spoken about it beforehand, so she would know that he would know that she does not like that kind of messaging. But we have on record where she's done interviews where she has stated that her privacy is very important to her. She has stated that she would act like what she says, Stevie Wonder, blind, like she wouldn't even acknowledge any comments made online about her relationship. So that's my point in saying that he was very clear that she would not approve of it being on Twitter. So that is the conversation. We know that is a conversation that has taken place. It's there not just between the two of them, but it's there for everyone to see that she has stated that is a no-no for her. So for him to do it, you could see there's a degree of he's intentional in doing it because he knows that she values her privacy. Um, kind of forgot what else we were talking about. I wanted to make a point about something someone else said, but I think Lorraine, but we'll probably come back around, circle around.
I just wanted to say as well, did he agree to her boundaries? Oh, he heard it, but did he agree?
Well, certainly if he did not agree to it, then that's a problem.
Do you know what? It doesn't matter whether he agreed or not.
I
He
can't
heard
imagine
it.
anyone
My point was,
who
I'm
would be
moving that.
okay.
I said that because it's madness.
Mhm.
No, I
I
said
can't
that because it's
imagine
madness.
anyone would be
If you
okay
tell
with
me
their
your
partner.
boundary, if you tell me your boundary and I hear it, you're absolutely right, by the way. But
Mhm.
I said that to bring madness in. If now I tell you, well, I didn't agree to it. I know you said it, but I didn't agree to it at the time. That's what you lot were
I
doing on
can't
the panel just a
imagine
minute ago. Like,
anyone who would not have a problem with their partner publicly humiliating them. I don't even think that's a conversation that partners would have with each other. If you're a protector of your partner, would someone say, hey, is it okay that I go on the internet and try to bash you and try to get everyone to come on my side? Is like you're sleeping with the enemy. I don't think any partner, man or woman, would not have a problem with their partner posting something like this.
the problem with that though is subjective, you see. So you have to understand that
Come on
whatever
now,
they want
Kojo.
there is subjective.
I can't imagine anyone would be like, this is okay
I'm just
with
doing what
me.
the ladies did. I'm just
No,
showing you what
no.
that's
That
why I
is
said it's so that's why
universal.
it's so
I think
wild.
that's a
No, but see, I'm
universal
with you.
agreement.
I'm agreeing with you, but my point is that that's what we just experienced. Like literally firsthand, that's exactly what we just experienced. Before Lorraine started speaking, that's exactly what we just experienced. So when you're saying that it's common sense, we're saying to you, it's common sense that you dare here wind up on a gal, and we know from the evidence that he's already told us he deflects when it comes to real issues. So the same way you're using the external information to prove your point, which I agree with, that they agreed on boundaries. I didn't need that video anyway to prove that that was madness for him to say what he said. But I'm saying that was your evidence to prove what he said. Fantastic. I'm now going to bring in evidence that he spoke almost 2 years ago to say, whenever it comes to certain issues, I deflect. So rather than telling the truth, I deflect from it. Now we now
Well,
know.
Kojo, I did say two things can be true. In my first comment, I did say two things can be true. It could be that she should not have gone all the way, and he should not have gone to Twitter. I did mention, in all fairness, that two things can be true. We don't have to be on the Darius camp or in the Kiki camp. Two things can be
We're not asking
true.
for you to be on Darius camp. We're not asking for that. We're not asking for that at all. What we're asking for is to talk about Kiki. Like we're not. We've already agreed.
We need
Darius
a
is an
balanced
issue.
conversation. Some of us
No, we
can
don't.
just.
We've
We need
already dealt with
concept.
Darius. We don't need a balanced conversation because we've already dealt. Listen, oh man, I need
Oh
everyone
my
to
God,
listen.
Kojo,
We have
you're
done
just.
6 hours. No, wait. We have done. I need people to listen because
So this is a
that's why we're
Bash
missing
Kiki
it.
camp right now. So if
Wait,
we don't have a Bash Kiki, no comments.
wait. We have done. Me and Sam and Jeff been saying. Lorraine was on this panel. We've done 6 hours of talking about how bad Darius is. I've done 4 videos to get my money up in this campaign as well, and I will do 5 and 6.
I was
But the
just
problem I'm saying
answering the question. I'm just answering the question, Kojo. That's it.
But I'm not saying you're not answering a question. I want you to listen because you keep interrupting me, so you're not listening. What I'm saying to you is we've already done Darius. And that's why I clarified it alone. Before Lorraine started speaking, before Adjoa started speaking, I clarified. I said, we've already done Darius. We agree with you. Darius is a problem. So we don't need to balance the conversation. It's solely about Kiki. Is she disrespectful or not? That's it. Then boom. If you disagree, you agree. If you disagree. And I said to you that you were making the point and you made a good point. And I agreed with your point. and I was being facetious by saying what you said. This now goes against what some of the ladies were saying, not all. Some of the ladies were saying on the panel about it being subjective, and I said because you use the fact that people just know, we just know, and I said that's fine because that's what we're saying. You just know that that's not the right kind of behavior, but that wasn't agreed to. That's what I was saying to you. So you know what I mean. So Felicia, go for it. Talk to me, baby. Felicia, you there, baby?
Hold on. Can you hear me? So
I hear you, baby.
This is where these conversations just dishearten me, because my thing is, what is the goal of this discussion? Because I came in here, and I think people take a word and make it like when my point of group thinking wasn't that this is a man group thinking. My point with the group thinking topic is people are making somebody's one opinion everybody's opinion when you have coming into this with your individual opinion. Kiki, if Darius did not want her to do that, then she was wrong if she knew that she shouldn't have done that prior. And we need to take into account that there's so many variables in their relationship, their individual relationship, because she does have a different field. They need to have discussions on whether when she do intimate scenes, whether she kiss people, because some people in these entertainment relationships, they don't kiss full on. They don't, like Da Vinci. He's not even in a relationship, but he said that he doesn't do sex scenes where he has his shirt off, and that's a goal because that's his personal morality. But it's other people who are in marriages who do sex scenes. Like, a lot of these discussions should have happened. And my thing is, some stuff is, if Darius saying he a Christian and they had this Christian relationship, but he's going against the grain, because it is very hard and confusing to reside in this thing. You all have y'all set standards, but he resides in a lot of places of a gray area, since he's on the internet half dressed, and he's also posted her on the internet half dressed. So it's very hard with the dancing and the dressing when she dances sexually in her performances. It needs to be, the boundaries just need to be set in their relationship, because they have a unique relationship, which everybody does. I have no problem with him having a problem with what she did, but we're now in this trying to make gotcha, got you, when a lot of our main factors we agree with. Now, some of us have personal factors in what we personally feel that should be done as a individual, as a Christian, and that's our personal factors, because we can go around the merry-go-round, and one thing that I might think as a Christian you may not do as a Christian, and so as you in a relationship. And if we were in a relationship with our different ideals, we would have to have that discussion. Like, it's becoming like this, and men are wrong and women are wrong, and like, what is the goal? Isn't the goal for us to come together? My thing is, they really could have came together and had this conversation and set their boundaries and move forward. And just like Amon and Tiana, he posted and blasted her. She said nothing. They bought that in-house and had that conversation. And we like black love, greatest thing alive. We not having these conversations, and with no space to bash Amon or Tiana, and we kept it pushing. What is the goal? I just want us to bring us together and have these discussions to bring us together, instead of like making it an enemy situation.
Can I speak, please?
It's just whether it's right or wrong. It's just I don't understand why we're making this an enemy situation. I love you, Felicia.
You're making a right or wrong thing.
No, pause. Like every video I do, I talk about an angle, whether I believe it to be true or not. And you as an audience agree or don't agree. So why are we now suddenly flipping the table as if we're not trying to do that? I do that every video. Go to my roundup first.
I'm not talking about you as an individual moderator, Kojo. You bring the discussion forward. I'm saying that it gets to a point where we're like trying to one up each other in these conversations. And then that's when
every time though, Felicia.
But and that's when the conversations get toxic. and that we're not getting to point across, because instead of debating, we having arguments on who's right and who's wrong instead of meeting of the minds.
I hear what you're saying, but you're choosing the middle ground, and I don't want to choose the middle ground. I want two sides. I want someone to choose their side, and I don't. It's a debate, so I don't really mind what side you choose. I'm gonna wrestle with you. You're gonna wrestle with me, and that's what we do on these panels every single time. Like,
that's fine that it's a debate, but it's a lot of ooh, gotcha, and that's the difference in doing a debate and having an argument. Everybody's trying to have a got you moment instead of saying I just disagree.
We do that every panel. We do that every panel, Felicia. I love you, but we do it every panel. The ooh gotcha is every panel. Okay, next person, please.
Please, I beg. Please. Can I just
who was
help
next
her?
on the list? Wait. Carl was on it. Carl was on it. I haven't let Carl. Carl was meant to go time ago.
Oh my God.
Apologies. Carl was meant to go time ago. I apologize. Carl, go for it.
I had a question for the gentleman. Knowing all that we know about their situation, if you were Darius, what suggestions would you give to prevent this from happening?
Can I just say this first? Personally, in the first live that we had, we actually said this. We actually came to a solution where we said, Darius, you should have done this, and that. But let me reiterate what I believe that Darius, and then Kojo, and then Jeff, you can say your piece as well. Personally, as I said before, you should have never went on social media. Never have went on social media. What you should have done, and I gave the situation between Steph Curry and Ayesha Curry, was that when their situation happened, Steph Curry did not basically make the situation bigger by also replying on social media, but reeling it back in their own household without any open eyes of the world looking into their relationship, and deal it in their own household. That's what I personally believe. Kojo and Jeff, you can say your piece.
Yeah, I also agree with that too. Here's the thing, and I guess I'm killing Darius again for the third time. Darius is a hypocrite. You cannot be a guy that talks so much about conservative values when you yourself don't even live a conservative life. You never pick somebody that was complementary to the lifestyle that you wanted to live, especially when you are enabling the situation even more by getting on Twitter, by going on Instagram, by posting all those pictures of Kiki. You liked it when it was up in public, but now another man's doing it, you got something to say. You are a hypocrite. You have to stand 10 toes down on your principles, and that means you pick someone who's complementary to the lifestyle that you choose to live. If you have had conversations about boundaries in your own household and she is disrespecting the boundaries, then you have to have a conversation as to whether or not you choose to stay or go. You cannot, what you do not do, you do not go on public and air out your dirty laundry, because what you now do, you destroy the emotional security that you've set in that relationship, because now everybody's going to have their takes on it, and you're going to be the one that looks like a stupid fool because you're the one that decided to get up on internet and say all this stuff, but you had nothing to say when it came to Kiki, yeah, when you guys could have handled it privately, because she didn't verbally disrespect you like that. She didn't verbally disrespect you like that. You can say what you want. Okay, she was doing all this with Usher, but she never verbally disrespected you. So she held up to some end of her bargain in regards to respect, but you didn't. And now everybody's looking at you a certain type of way. That's about it. And personally, I would get someone who doesn't have a similar mindset as me. That's what I would do. And that's what I simply said as well. You put shame towards Kiki like that because now she looks embarrassed in a certain type of way by you doing that. That's what I said.
Can I clarify my question a little bit? Before he did the Twitter thing, what would you do to prevent the disrespect of the dancing and the clothing? What are some things that you would do to prevent that from him even getting to that feeling?
I would say I would have a conversation. If I was in that situation, I would have had the conversation prior. There is no way that you could have told me that you didn't know that Kiki was going to go and wear what she was going to wear. Surely you have like way of contacting her. There's no way. I refuse to believe that there was no form of communication somewhere down the line where you could have at least had, if this was an issue, if we're saying that the dress was an issue, that's what Darius is saying. The question is, surely you could have communicated with her about this before coming up on platform to do this. And even after, because what has happened. So we're talking about the effect. Even after what has happened, he should have stayed in frame. He should have exercised self-control over his emotions and not taken to the internet and put out his issues on blast like that. Because now he's making his business our business. That's what he should have done. He should never have done that in the first place. It was wrong for him to do that. You've jeopardized the emotional security, and now people's questioning like, you can't handle this relationship now, because if you felt so strongly about it, you would have said something. That's where we're coming towards it. That's how I feel about it.
Kojo, can I say something real quick?
Before you go, Sam, they want to finish the question just to make sure, and you can go to it next. Yes, Sam.
Yeah, as I agree with what Jeff said. It's the prior conversation that you have when you're getting to know the person. When you're getting to know the person and you like each other, and then you start setting your boundaries because there might be some things that you might not allow, or some things that you might have to compromise. It's just that previous conversation, which I believe they haven't really have done, which I did say in the first live, he needs to go back and have that conversation so that if they're not on the same page with the same vision, they need to both walk away. If they are on the same page and the same vision, go and marry the damn girl.
Coach, I've got to go quick, yeah, but I want to just say something else as well quickly before I go. I'll say this. This is also a situation because, ladies, we are in agreement of you. We're just having a little bit of fun in this, but I'll say this. When it comes to relationships, you have to find someone who's complementary. It's both reciprocity in this situation. And for Tadarius specifically, I feel like, personally, you cannot have a justice for thee, justice for me type of thing where you have one principle, but you yourself are inconsistent in that. And then when someone else like Usher is now doing what he's doing, now you have something to say. You have to pick a side when it comes to stuff like that, because this is what happens. Every time when you're inconsistent in your own principles and you get with someone like that, you look like a hypocrite now when you're now trying to now be the moral police and talk about, I'm a traditional person, but he's not traditional. Because traditional people, I don't know too many traditional people that go out and be posting the women like that on camera like that. You can't have it both ways. You look like a hypocrite, and unfortunately, everybody's going to look at you like an idiot at this point. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. You have to either pick someone who is complementary to the lifestyle that you wanted to live, and that way you would have at least had some form of protection. But he's brought this out on himself, so that's all I wanted to say. So, peace, guys.
Thank you, Jeff. We're now going to leave the Darius situation again because we have agreed that we agree with you, ladies. We want to stick to Kiki. Go for it, Ajwa.
Yes, I'm sticking to Kiki. Okay, so here's my thing. I actually felt her dancing was more disrespectful than the dress she wore. I think when we look at, so fashion plays a role in this, right? They're in this community where they try. It's not quite a one-up, but it is, because you want to stay relevant. And so I know there was a picture of Gabrielle Union and Taraji P. Henson wearing very similar attire on the red carpet somewhere, hugging each other, right? And when you look across the board, there's this new fashion of people wearing bodysuits and like sheer whatever over them. Like, that's a new thing now. People literally are going out with bathing suits with a net over them, and that's the outfit for the red carpet. So there's a space where fashion plays a role. But okay, so the first answer, yes, it was disrespectful what she wore, but it was even more disrespectful how she acted in that dress, because that lets me know that she actually didn't care about how he would feel watching her be all up on him. At one point, it felt like they were about to kiss. Like, they were so close. It looked like they literally, I mean, she was in it with him. So if we're talking disrespect, it's not just about what she was wearing, it's how she was acting also in it. And I think that was even worse. I think that was worse.
Thank you, Edge. Okay, I'm going to get everyone to 2 minutes maximum now because we've got the last half an hour of the thing. So everybody will have 2 minutes. If you want to say something, you'll stick it 2 minutes. Once you're 2 minutes up, just next person on. So who wants to take the mantle? Anybody else? Anything you want to add? You want to say? Unless I. Okay, go for it. Wait, before you go, Robert, unless I said something, so sorry, then you can go next. Go for it.
I just was kind of wanted to talk to Felicia's statements. I feel like sometimes when we try to move the goalposts and try to say, well, subjective, it makes us come off intellectually dishonest. Because I know if it was you or a friend, you would know what's right and what's wrong. But if it's this person that we've made this celebrity, all of a sudden we have no common sense, and all of a sudden we don't see her right or wrong or whatever. And now it's subjective. It's their micro relationship, and I think that's where men get frustrated with having these conversations because it's not honest. Even to you, Araba, no disrespect, I don't know you, but it's like we're speaking in like kind of, it's like two ways from two sides of our mouth. On one hand, you wouldn't wear it, the outfit, you wouldn't act like that. You are Christian, you're all the things that we're saying we are. But then when we look at her behavior, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's within their relationship. Maybe they had to have a conversation first. Sorry, I'm about to curse. that doesn't make any sense. Point being, like, period. The bottom line is her behavior was put on blast. She knows she's a public figure. She knows the video was recorded. She gave the people what they wanted. She knew it would circle around, right? And so you come out here in this position, famous, knowing people are going to judge you. So to me, Felicia, the reason for the conversation is because it's public. It's out there for everybody to consume and make a judgment on. We're not in her, in her relationship. We're not going to know what they discussed or not. We only know from his statement, Darius's statement. Okay. His statement that was wrong to him. So that's why we need to just kind of be congruent in what we say we live and what we say we believe. That's my point.
Araba, go for it. You got 2 minutes. Go for it.
Yeah, so I'm not going to respond to that because I've addressed it already. But what I will say is that I think on what I can call Kiki out for is something that I've witnessed way before the Usher concert. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with the woman on TikTok who said that she was pregnant by Darius and then was forced to have an abortion by him. And then 3 weeks later, like, he popped out with Kiki. And I felt like that, to me, if Kiki knew about that situation, that's where I can say, Kiki, you're dead wrong. And as a girl's girl and as a woman, I would only hope and expect that if you watch a man do this to another woman, that like you choosing to be with him is in a way you kind of like supporting that. And so I think that's like where some disappointment comes in for me with Kiki. And I think like it's rare that men like this change over a short period of time, right? So like this is the type of person that he is. He was disrespectful to that person. What stops him from being disrespectful to you? Case in point, him publicly humiliating her. So it's kind of like patterns, right? We've seen the pattern of him just not being a good guy. And so I'm not surprised that he went to publicly shame her. So that for me is kind of just like a ill there. But yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Araba. Thank you, Araba. Lorraine, I haven't heard from you in a little while. Talk to me.
I've got 2 points I'm wanting to circle back for my next 2 minutes. So the first point that I need to make is that the main thing that made what she did wrong is the fact that he felt, well, he indirectly felt like there was something, that she did something wrong, even though he's talking about the dress, whatever, child. So that's what makes what she did wrong, because that's who she's in a relationship with, and that's who she owes that with. And me personally, like I mentioned before, if I'm thinking what I'm going to do is going to make me feel away, I might move a bit differently, because if my man was fangirling on Beyonce, whoever it was, I will feel heated. Okay, so it might make me move differently, only because I want to respect his boundary. And she invited the embrace. You know, I remember in previous situations in my relationships where maybe the friends of my boyfriend would probably say inappropriate things to me, or like do inappropriate things when my boyfriend wasn't there, you know. And I could be like, okay, it's them that are doing this. But if I'm to reflect and look back, there were certain things that I did or said that invited that kind of attention, because I didn't feel seen within my own relationship. So I'm not saying that's the case with Kiki. I'm just giving my personal experience. So because I didn't feel seen in my relationship, it was a matter of like, I'm trying to make him jealous, trying to make him feel some type of way. And without directly saying, oh, do this, do that, I'm kind of inviting that kind of energy or behavior. So I think it's important to identify what Kiki, where she's coming from with that, because you invited that energy from Usher. He didn't go to grips you up with no sort of come here. She went and hugged him on the neck. When you're hugging, as a woman, if I'm hugging you on your neck, that is a whole different kind of conversation. So I think that for me, that's what personally, that's what makes me think, I don't think that's right. Now, would I move a bit shaggy with Usher? Absolutely. Okay. And I would apologize later. Okay. But that probably is telling me, now that I'm even talking about it, it's telling me that maybe I don't respect that man enough. Because if I can do something and then go back and apologize, it means that you're going to allow me to do it anyway, and I can walk all over you. If I had a man and he was like bush, I know damn well I'm sitting, I'm crossing my legs, and I'm just going to be nodding my head like Saweetie was. So would I do it? Yes. But if I was with a man who would not tolerate it, I probably would not. I'll come back for my next point.
Thank you, Lorraine. Appreciate that as well. That was good. I like that. Sam, yes, you got your mic open. Go. You got 2 minutes. Go for it.
Yeah, no. Just literally quickly. As I said from the beginning, even from the last live, I said this. What Kiki did for me was wrong, because if you have any respect for your man, you wouldn't have gone and done that. We can see, and I'm glad you brought the whole point with YG, because I don't even think YG even needed to tell Saweetie that set the boundaries. You just know from that guy he's not gonna play about. So even if he didn't have to say anything, and you know he's not gonna play about. So you already know there's like subconsciously there is a boundary there. There is a boundary there where you don't play, right? And just for all the women on the panel, and I feel like we are coming to an understanding with each other. But a lot, and even in the chat as well, a lot of the times what we do is that, and a lot of the things I agreed with the women about Darius. I agree. We all said it. We all said this. But my problem was that with all this subjectivity and everything and all that was said, was that not said when we were talking about Darius? It's only seen that when we're talking about Kiki, this is when it's being brought up. But with Darius, when we were coming at him saying what he did was wrong, everything under the sun, not trashing him and his name, but like saying what he should do, none of all of this was being said. Actually, everybody was agreeing. But when it comes to Kiki now, it's all the technicalities. All the technicalities. We have energy for both people. But also grace as well. But yeah.
Thank you, Sam. Carlos, have I asked you for 2 minutes yet? Go for it. Talk to me.
Yeah, I think, and again, I appreciate being on here. It's my second time, Cordell, and having this conversation. I, I did hear nuance from both sides, though. I heard women say, I've heard both genders say, he had a right to feel how he feel, but what he did, how he responded to it was wrong. And I do think we are a little biased to Kiki because she's famous. We've seen her since she was a baby. Growing up, we've seen her in the movies that we love. And I think that's the human piece that is part of that nuance. We don't know him. So, it's just like, if your sister is dating a dude and he do something, your bias is going to be a little swayed. And so I think, we should also keep that in mind. As humans, we can be a little biased, but I think conversations like this to kind of expose that bias and to make us rethink when we are, analyzing and judging people's public behavior, just to be, respectful. That's my 2 minutes.
Thank you. Who hasn't gone for the 2 minutes? Felicia, go for it. Felicia, go for it. 2 minutes. Go for it.
Okay, so I'm just trying to say I wasn't moving the goalposts. Darius moved the goalposts when what he put out from her before is different than what he's expecting for her now. He's leading in chaos, and so I'm not moving the goalpost. The goalpost was moved when he changed the rules of the game. Now my thing is Kiki need all the smoke because I really feel like this whole thing was Kiki being petty, and Kiki needed smoke for being petty in this relationship because it was said that prior to this they had already unfollowed each other, and she went out here, and I feel like if anything, if you went out there and y'all unfollowed each other and this was your get back, she's gonna come out victoriously in this thing because she's beloved. But you dated this person who came out shady, and he done shaded you. No, he did not protect you, and it's evident that's not his lane, and that's not his will, and it's not his wheelhouse. So Kiki deserved that smoke because Kiki, you did this, and she's standing 10 toes down. I ain't mad at her, but she does deserve to smoke. Her petty was petty, and now she got t-shirts out saying, and she's making profit off of this pettiness. So in the end, Kiki deserved to smoke, but hey, bravado, because Darius, your chess move did not pan out. I see where you were going with this, sir, but it did not pan out. So hey, that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Felicia. Daisy Dots, give us your 2 minutes.
Oh, my position remains the same. I think there are lessons to be learned on both sides. Not necessarily she's wrong or he's wrong, but I think they both have lessons to learn. I personally would continue to reiterate my point that I personally would not have acted the way she did, but the way he responded was very immature as well. So there are lessons to be learned on both sides. That's it.
Thank you, Daisy Dots. Who hasn't gone? Who hasn't gone? Everyone's gone, right? Everyone's gone. Oh no, Adjo, I haven't heard from you yet. Was it Adjo? You haven't done your 2 minutes? I don't know if Adjo's there. Adjo, can you hear me? Adjo, can you hear me? Hey, Adjo. All right, cool. Lorraine, you see you want to go again, so go for it, Lorraine.
Yeah, my second point was this is the result of dating down playing itself out. Now, I know there's exceptions to the rule, like Oprah, and I know there's other people, ordinary people, where if you date down and you live happily ever after. I'm not taking that away from anybody, but the majority, yeah, ladies, do not date down. Okay, whether it's emotionally, mentally, and especially financially, because there's a subconscious element that comes into play here, whether you are aware of it or not. Because in the moment, you might not realize that you're doing it, where the masculine and feminine energy within the relationship becomes an imbalance, because when a man is earning less than you, there is a power imbalance there. You know, we expect men to lead, we expect men to provide. That is an expectation that we have as women. And even if, you know, we might be modern women, I see that term being used a lot where, you know, people don't care that he's earning this, and I don't care if I want to get married or not, whatever. That is an expectation that any woman is going to have. So having said that, I only found out that I didn't even know who he was. She came out with a man, didn't even know that he earned less than her. He was an ordinary person. Now that this has come up, people are talking about his finances. For me, it might highlight the dynamics of their relationship, where she feels that she can disrespect him, or she can act a certain way without any repercussions. I don't think it's intentional. That's why I said it's a subconscious thing, where if you feel as though there is the power there is the money there, subconsciously you feel like you have every right to act and do whatever you want to do, right? Because, you know, you're bringing in the money. Okay. But that's what I mean about the masculine and feminine energy imbalance, because ego in men is such a thing. You have to let the man be the man and all that kind of stuff. I know we're going to head to a whole different conversation, but I think that if she was dating on her level or dating up, this situation would not have occurred, personally, because there would have been an element of respect that would have been there, because you are respecting him as a man. And even with the way that he responded, I honestly feel like it is a dating down energy, because there's an emotional difference there. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's not just about somebody who earns more than you. It's about somebody who's at the same emotional maturity as you, somebody who at the same mentality as you. So yeah, let's not date down just for the sake of having a man, or, you know, or the billionaires. I heard her saying the billionaires, they do this and they do that or whatever. I'm sure they do, but dating down is not the answer.
Hey, you know what? I co-sign that message. Negroes, let's not. Okay, all right. Don't do it to yourself. Okay, ladies, I'm not going to date down. I don't want you also to date up. Okay, all right. It ends in tears. It ends in tears. So choose your person at your level. Okay, all right. Yeah. Okay, we've got the last like 8 minutes. So does anybody have any thoughts? I'm gonna keep it to a minute. Any other thoughts? Because you know what? I am going to rinse this topic some more. On Monday, we're going to talk about should broke people have a say. I'm just going to say it, okay? Because yeah, I want to tussle some more, okay? And I'm really enjoying the tussles, ladies, okay? I get to see you lot in your best fits. You're looking all fine, looking all beautiful. Go for it.
I will say, like, you know, I can see where Kiki is wrong in this situation, but just remember that she claims him as a dependent. So that right there alone.
What? What?
Don't laugh.
As a dependent. I mean, he ain't broke, but go on. A dependent. Sorry, let me let you finish. I apologize.
Money?
I apologize.
As a personal trainer, like I don't see him paying the mortgage. So let's just. But anyway, like I was saying, the simple fact that I can't even take myself seriously. I'm going on mute.
So Kojo,
go for it.
Kojo,
Yes, yes.
I think the problem we're having is that we know Kiki, and we know she's not a disrespectful person, and I think that's what's really bringing up this fume that we have for Darius. And if someone said on the live, if they unfollowed each other, then that makes sense. Because I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, no. Something else is the reason why Keke went up there with that dress. See, Keke has a show coming out, or a show that's been out. Keke has been doing media runs for the last 3 weeks or so. We have never seen her be disrespectful. Something pushed her to a point to say, oh, this what you want to do? I'm going to show you who I am. So it makes it harder for us to just all of a sudden erase the Keke we knew for how many ever decades and just say Keke is disrespectful. That is hard for us to say because we know her. So I think that we really do need to not make it so blatant in labeling her as a disrespectful person. I know that's not what we're doing, but when we are just screaming off the top of our lungs, Keke is disrespectful, Keke is disrespectful, something had to have happened. Something have to have happened. And for me personally, yes, the act of wearing that dress was disrespectful. The act of dancing with Usher is Usher. I still would not dance with him like that if I had a man. And just that whole scenario was disrespectful. But something happened because I've watched her enough to make a well-rounded judgment that this is out of character, and therefore this is a reaction to something that happened.
Yeah. Can I speak?
Okay. Well, I think Sam had his hand
Yeah.
up first. Go for it, Sam. No, Sam had his hand
Just
up first.
quickly,
Sorry.
in response to that, if people came onto this panel and said I have a bias towards Keke, I would have respected that more because I know where your standpoint is. I know where your standpoint is. Second of all, I will always say this to advise to people: do not raise a celebrity higher than they should be. Now, personally, I've learned my lesson from this. I can give you an example of Will Smith. I used to love Will Smith because I knew him from when I was young, but I saw his earlier shows when he was young, his films and all of that. We do not know what is going on in these people's personal lives. We do not personally know them. We just know them from obviously TV shows, films that we see and stuff like that. So we feel like we have an attachment to them. We don't. And when they come out and disappoint us with certain things that's been happening or what's been said or what you've seen, it's like you have kind of like a broken up. You're very disappointed with them. I will say this: you don't know what's going on in Kiki's life. She might come out with something that might disappoint you. It's like, oh wait, hold on, I didn't see Kiki as like that. Just brace yourself for it. I'm not saying that it is going to happen. I'm not saying it isn't going to happen. Just brace yourself for it.
I like that. We've got 4 minutes. So, who opened the mic beforehand? And
I just wanted to say, real quick. I just wanted to say to Lorraine, I said that in I think yesterday's live about dating down. But again, the onus has to be on her because she chose that. You saw the clip from Steve Harvey where he said he tried to hook her up with different men of a different type of caliber, and she didn't want that. So this is the result of of Keke going to this type of guy, and he doesn't have as much to lose. So I think definitely it is showing his net worth. And what else was I gonna say? Last thing, that's all I have. I'm done with this topic. It's finished for me.
Who's next? Go for it.
Can I? Sorry. Okay. Oh, can I just respond quickly to Adwa about Keke being our little sister and the fact that she acted this way means something would have happened. If we're going with that, I need to tussle with you a little bit because for me that makes it worse. That means that this was premeditated. If we was in a court of law, sis, you are going down for 10 years. Okay, so you really thought about it. You really thought, I'm going to go there and I'm going to act A, B, C, D. And that's why I mentioned in the beginning that I am tired of the game. I am tired of doing tit for tat because it's all going to end in tears. Like, what? You need to be thinking about what is the end goal. So if you go out there and you show him that I'm not the one, and then what? Is that going to bring your relationship to the next level? Even if you're not together anymore, is that going to make you feel better? If he has disrespected you or made you feel some type of way and you've decided to not be with him, then stand 10 toes down with that heel and move on. If you're still together and you still feel some type of way, bring in your mess on the internet, because if that's the rhetoric that we're going with, that means that she brought their relationship to the public first. She started this. So if there was an issue beforehand, she started it and he just finished it. So I personally don't agree with her. Like, no matter what, we never bring our dirty laundry out in the public on the whole interweb. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're my favorite person, my favorite celebrity. You just don't do that. That's just not how you move, because tit for tat is not going to go anywhere. That means that your mentality as well, you're probably not as mature as you think that you are. She's probably not as sweet or as nice as we think that she is, because because why are you doing that? Why are you playing games? Like, leave the man if you don't want to be with him. It's just not on. That's how I feel.
Can I speak? Okay, so I would agree with you, Lorraine. If I'm thinking they really had like a breakup and she went out as a single lady, and yes, it was petty, and like I said, consequences and everything you do. Her pettiness, now she petty with a man that F around and found out he went and had this whole immature moment on social media when she usually keeps her lips zipped, which she has maintained keeping her lips zipped. And now they're, because they all suffering the consequences, both her and Darius. Darius getting dragged for filth for being this broke dusty that these people are trying to call him, and all of his indiscretions are being held to the table. And yes, people riding for Keke, and I'm talking about the industry, not even regular people. But my thing is, now he out here, people pulling up the fact that he DMing and promising to flude people out, and so their relationship is unraveling. Consequences come on both sides when you try to be petty. His pettiness is getting him dragged, and people watching him with a microscope. And her pettiness, even though she's silent, and she's probably gonna come on top, but she still got to watch as people gonna draw every split second of anything this man do for the end of time. And now that he's her child father, any embarrassment that comes to him is going to come to her directly for years to come, until she's in a new relationship. So they all getting their consequences from this. Trust and believe. That's why I'm not team either one on the foolishness. But hey, she's selling t-shirts if you want one.
Who's next? Last points. Everyone's got their last points they can get out. So, and keep it to a minute, please. I'm gonna keep everyone short. If you know anything, anyone else who hasn't said anything? Everyone else? Am I locking it off? All right, I'm locking it off. All right, listen, everybody, thank you so much. Listen, we'll be back here on Monday night for this particular conversation, and the topic of the conversation will be: if you broke, can you talk? If you're the dependent, can you talk? That's gonna be the conversation on Monday night, because you know me, I'm gonna drag this out. Okay, I'm gonna get my money's worth. Kiki probably gonna make me some money. Okay, all right. I can't access her. I can't be her man, so I'm gonna get some money out of her. Okay, all right. That's how it is.
You better talk about Darius flying women out and DMing people. You better send me
the evidence. You better send me the evidence. Send me the evidence.
I tagged you yesterday.
He really been doing that?
You. Yes, he is out here. DM chicks talking about he will fly.
Yes,
out. He is out here.
That's true.
Darius City Boys.
I tagged you. Yes. I tagged you on TikTok. Check it.
Okay. So then I'll probably.
Oh, I can't wait! I can't wait for your response,
by Monday
Kojo.
we'll have a panel. You know what I mean? Maybe we'll do an impromptu panel on Sunday. I hope that's not the truth, but it's hard to defend men in this case. That's why I don't defend them like that. That's why I don't defend them personally. I just defend their actions, not them personally, because they be letting us down. All right, cool. Listen, I'm going to jump off this now, guys. So make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Ladies, thank you so much. You all look beautiful. You look amazing. And I appreciate the pushback that y'all gave. You raised my blood pressure a little bit, but we need a little bit of that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, we need a bit of that. So honestly, I appreciate you. Tuesday night, we'll have our members only panel as well. I'll let you know what the topic is. I'll put it on the community page. So if you are a member, please, you join that conversation, or a Patreon member, I'll give you the link for that as well, for the Zoom conversation. But listen, audience, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Stay locked, stay loaded. We'll be back in a few moments. I'm going to do my own personal breakdown later, and then I'll do a super panel a little bit later. So make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification uploads. We appreciate you. It's been amazing. It's been fun. It's been crazy. And today, people were choosing.
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
Problems always, ladies. You wanted problems always. Much love, much appreciation. Ta-ra, ta-ra, ta-ra.